Yeah.
But you the finest piece of ass in here, and I'm just like, whoa, like, okay, man, like that was a little pushing it. That's kind of far. I appreciate the compliment, but
it is what it is.
Yeah. So and then I've had dudes,
and guys in general hit on the person they're attracted to differently than girls do.
Yes,
guys
way
are
more aggressive. So way more aggression,
especially South Florida niggas.
Yeah, so like I've had dudes
don't care.
Yeah. Like y'all know I went to the gay pride parade and I had dudes try to dance with me. So like the stuff that I do shit to women at the club, and I'm like, bro, I had to stop that because I felt what it feels like to have a dude come up and grab your waist and try to juke. And I'm like, yo.
Yeah, bro, they wanted you to
and
move
the
your
thing
hips.
is, like, Phil handled 3 meets before, too. So.
And I'm like, bro. Yo, you got it.
So for him to be like that.
And if you ain't fucking with this podcast, then you're just a bitch ass trick.
Welcome back to another episode of Save It for the Pod, episode 12. Back with all the boys minus young Lukey. He has another game, so he in Jacksonville. But how y'all boys feeling this week?
Feeling good?
Feel great.
Lazy.
And Brandon
I thought he was going to say nothing.
Brandon got the freshest cut right now and it's not showing y'all.
Bro, go put your head in the camera.
Brandon don't want to show
Show them the blonde surfer.
He not hiding the waves from the world. He's hiding the
world from the waves.
Yeah, whatever this fucking saying is. But anyways, we could go ahead and get started. So last week, after we recorded the podcast, we had young Tati's birthday. And she had everyone over. She wanted to play Silent Library, which if any of y'all are old enough to remember, it used to be a show on MTV. I think they took it from like one of those Japanese game shows. But you have to be quiet, do all these different tasks. And so that's what we all participated in. And it was fucking lit. At least that's how I felt.
Yeah, you and Tatiana made the game, right?
Yeah.
Or like all the...
So she came up with most of the activities. I added a few in there. I took some out that I was like, I don't think these will be that great. But nah, it was a really, really fun time.
If you guys need a party planner, just hit up Tati.
Yes. Let's talk about some of the... what was y'all favorite
I know
activity?
Phil's favorite.
No, you don't. My favorite was the Scotch bonnet.
No, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, the Scotch bonnet. I thought you was gonna...
Nah, that's Zach's favorite.
Well, first of all, kind of explain the game. So you have a bunch of cards on the table. If anyone picked up the red Jack or Joker, Jack, that's what it was. Then they had to do an activity. So what they were just talking about, the Scotch bonnet, that one was pretty entertaining. That was Brandon that had to do that.
That was the first one off rip, right?
Was it the first one? I thought it was
off rip, the first
or
challenge.
second.
That was the first.
It was the first challenge and might have been the worst one.
Yeah. And Brandon, you said you don't do spicy, right?
Somewhat. Like not all the time. Like once in a while.
Yeah. So Brandon,
he ate it
took
like a champ.
Yeah,
oh my
that's
God.
what I was gonna say. He took it like a fucking champ. So
like he was a turtle, just like chomping on vegetables.
But that's how you know it's gonna get you.
Yeah, but
like, whenever a person just take it on the chin, I'm like, oh, he finna suffer.
Yeah.
No, I mean, no
if
matter.
I ate it slow, I was gonna suffer.
Yeah, like no matter what. Yeah, it went way worse. But no matter what, it was gonna be bad. Like you,
like I was like, damn, he handled that well, and then all of a sudden, I look over and it's just like.
Phil had to leave. He was dying. He was crying. I was crying too.
It was alright. Like soon as I ate it, I was like, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
It was like an exponentially like.
Yeah. And then I just felt it. I was like, oh, this is gonna suck in a second. And so the challenge is over, and I was like, okay.
Not for me.
Brandon's lips were red.
It was hot. It was hot.
The one that got Phil was we were all chilling, getting ready to start the next one, and then Brandon goes, "Oh,
yeah, it was hot.
I lost it. I lost it.
Yeah. I was drinking milk and pickle juice and ice in my mouth for a long time. Couldn't talk.
Honestly, in the moment, we're gonna go over more of them. There's probably one that I would say was worse. I'll just say it was the mayo one.
Okay.
In the moment, the mayo one definitely feels worse, but that Scotch bonnet one sticks with you for a little bit.
Yeah. And it's funny because Brandon doesn't do spicy. I don't know if there's anyone else in the group that doesn't do spicy at all. The other challenge that was on there that Tatiana really wanted to take off the list, because I think I was the one that put it on there, it was mayo cone, which is an ice cream cone filled with mayonnaise. And Tatiana was like, no, take this off. Like, no one's going to want it. That's so disgusting. And she is the one
She's
that
like, she
ended up
definitely
getting it.
didn't want to get it. She was saying.
And she doesn't have an issue with mayo. Like, the reason we have mayo in the house is because of her. She eats mayo all the time with like egg
That's sick.
sandwiches
It's
and
her
all
white
this other
side.
stuff.
That's sick. Facts.
And so the fact that
Caucasian overload. Caucasian
Too much
overload.
goddamn mayonnaise.
so the fact that and legit Phil looked like he was gonna throw up. Like I couldn't keep a straight face because I kept looking at Phil. But then I was also
Phil was
looking-
like,
It's I don't do mayonnaise. I don't do mayonnaise.
but he was
Never-
having a great time too. He's like, this is so entertaining.
Never had
Wow.
mayonnaise, but like watching her, cause like even just I'm like, all right, this is sick, and I have a pretty strong stomach, but she was like trying not to eat it, and it's like dripping off the bottom of her lip, and it's like
Into the
spit
bag.
coming off on the side of her mouth, cause she's not
It was
trying
just
to
dangling.
like. I'm
It was
just like,
undercover brother when he was eating the
And that was the
mayonnaise.
second challenge, right?
that's
Yeah,
like
it was
third,
one of the-
Second or
yeah,
third.
one of the-
Yeah.
It was
the
back to
beginning
back
ones.
tough
Yeah.
ones. Like honestly, it probably would have helped Brandon if he got the mayo challenge right
Oh,
after.
No, because I would slap whoever. I would slap whoever for making it.
Yeah.
I hate mayo. I
Yeah.
hate it.
I know, but
Mayo-
your stomach would have probably been better from the spicy in your
would
mouth.
if I
Right.
had to choose between the mayo
You
and the
take the
Scotch
Scotch
bonnet,
bonnet?
I would do
I'll take
Scotch
the
bonnet.
Same.
I
I think
take
we
the
all.
Scotch
I
bonnet.
think.
I'll
What
take the
about
heat.
you?
I'll take the heat
Yeah.
before I take the mayo.
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, me too.
Because wherever I go, I'm like, can you hold the mayo? Like, because I really don't.
See, I
like
don't.
it.
I don't mind mayo, but I also my mouth can do spice, but my stomach absolutely cannot. So like before y'all would have left, I would have been on the toilet shit in the
Oh
storm.
jeez,
Like it would have been bad.
hot fire.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
blood in this.
How did you? How was your week after that Scotch bonnet? Were you straight in
it
your
was
stools,
alright.
G?
It is alright. Like I felt my stomach was like hurting the next
It was
day.
hot. Yeah.
But I took a poop and it was a little hot. Had a little
Yeah.
heat to it, but other than that, it was pretty decent.
And
But
I
you got a
would've-
lot of vitamin C though. People need that in these times.
Yeah.
I would have been especially fucked because, like I just said, my stomach can't do spice. We had Publix wings, which aren't spicy to my mouth at all, or I'm sure anyone else's mouth. But to my stomach, like anytime I eat those wings, it's a wrap. Then I also had to eat the fucking the baby prune food.
I
Oh,
would have
yeah.
done that one.
Right,
That was easy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right. That was
looked
easy,
light.
but Zach was making it look like it was the mayo challenge. He was like,
No. So the texture and so a couple of times when I tasted it, I was like, oh, at first I was like, oh, this isn't bad. But then like when I tried to drink it, that's when it got bad for me.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as easy as it looked.
I think it was the thought.
Also,
Yeah.
prunes just give you the poops.
Yeah,
Every time
so
I think
next-
of prunes, I think of like my Popeye and being old. And
Yeah,
Hey,
the
prune
next
juice is
day I
good.
was on
I
the
don't give a
toilet.
fuck
now.
what y'all say. Prune juice is
That's
good.
No,
Really.
that
sick,
shit
bruh.
is disgusting.
It's good for you
I'll
too.
pour me a glass just for fun.
But I also have PTSD, like Phil said, anytime I think of like prunes and prune juice.
facts.
Because the only times I ever had to drink prune juice as a kid was when I was constipated. So it
Mhm,
brought me
same.
back.
So I
Right.
would never want to just be like, prune juice. Let me get a try that. I equate prunes and prune juice to shit.
Yeah. But I want to talk about my favorite challenge. My dog, Throw Baby.
That was not your favorite challenge.
Bro, it's
Why
that shit was by far my favorite. Because,
Yo, Zach was enjoying himself. Like he had a great time.
bro, the
It's
thing
because he got a
is-
sick mind.
Bro,
dude.
I couldn't watch. I was like, I can't see Phil like
at
this.
first it was kind of anticlimactic. So the Coke challenge, you put a Mentos in and Phil had to stop it from like exploding everywhere with his mouth, which already sounds sus as is.
Already.
Super sus.
So we put one Mentos in. It was kind of so then somebody dropped
Tati?
in.
Tati drops two.
She was
more.
like, nah, it's my birthday. It's gonna get lit. And she dropped two of them right after. And it was like,
So all you
Wha-
hear
wha-
is if you ever watched a Tiana Trump video.
chill out.
If you ever watched, I forget her name, but the lady that I sent the video where she gives the blowjob with the grapefruit.
Oh.
That's what Phil
Yo,
sounded
chill
like.
out, man.
to me, Phil's saying chill out, but Zach's 100% correct.
That's fucked up.
all you, because again, we all had to be silent. So all you hear is Phil's throat noises.
And we were outside, so it was echoing a little more.
You just hear.
And you're like, oh.
Yeah, bro, I hate y'all niggas.
I was the judge for the whole game, and what was I? Did I have something in my hand? Oh, I had the little meter to
voice,
see if people
Oh,
were being
yeah,
loud.
yeah.
and I just couldn't look at Phil anymore. I just held the meter. I just turned my head. I was like, I can't hear this. I don't want to see this.
Well, I'm competitive, so anytime we doing challenge, like anytime we doing challenges, I don't want to lose.
Yeah. So if somebody had,
Yeah, he's lit.
so if we had Tiana Trump here, Phil would be like, nah, I'm gonna out deep throw Tiana right now.
Nah, she got it.
Nah, Phil's competitive though.
I'll drink the Coke.
If it was a challenge.
Stop the Coke, but
It was a challenge.
Yeah.
She has to come out and say it's a challenge.
Yeah.
honestly, that peanut butter challenge is worse though.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I
Phil
kind of
had-
messed you up.
Yeah, that ruined peanut butter for me.
Yeah,
For like a week.
AJ, so what was it? 30 seconds, 45? I think it was 20
It was
seconds.
actually 20
20
seconds,
seconds
yeah.
to-
And I was like, nah, this is too, like, it's too easy. It needs to be like a
To
bigger
eat a
spoon.
spoonful of
And I was like-
peanut butter.
So I partially, because I'm pretty sure I was the one that grabbed the spoon. So I was like, all right, let me get the big spoon so we can give him like a decent sized scoop. So it's kind of challenging. I didn't think AJ was going to get.
Bro,
literally
AJ scooped a quarter of the bottle onto the spoon.
G shit,
It
that's
wasn't a
not.
quarter, it
No,
wasn't a
no,
quarter.
it
That
was
was a
legit
big-ass
like a
scoop,
quarter
man.
of the.
It wasn't.
the
It was an eighth, bro, of the jar.
Nah.
It was exactly an eighth, which is a lot. But
No, it was way more.
because
Than
I put a lot of peanut butter on my peanut butter jelly sandwich. I was like, oh, this is nothing. And then I was like, oh wait, he only has 20 seconds to do this. And I was like, it's too late now. Right? You just.
It was disgusting. It
He's
was
like,
disgusting.
Nah.
I took I'm like, all right, it's a lot, so I just take a big bite. Took a big bite of peanut butter, and I paused. I couldn't swallow it, and I'm just like, and I can't chew the shit.
And he's competitive, so he stuck the whole thing in
It's
his
just
mouth.
like not going down fast enough. So I'm like, I'm just take a bigger bite, and it just started coming all. Bro, it was nasty.
Yeah.
That shit was disgusting.
What else? I had to feed May like a baby. That was funny.
That was light. That was easy.
Yeah, that was easy.
It was
It
hilarious,
was
though.
funny though.
It was light for a challenge, but for everyone to remain quiet while it was
Yeah.
going on,
Yeah.
it was hard because it was pretty funny.
It
Because you put a little like thingy on
yeah,
them.
she had a bib on. I fed her with a bottle. Me and Brandon were burping her.
Danny had to take the egg shot.
Oh yeah, Danny. So I really wanted Brandon to get that because we all know Brandon.
Brandon can't do
We
it.
have a video of Brandon trying to do an egg shot before. Where just like
Multiple videos.
with the Scotch bonnet, he takes it like a champ at first, and then ends up like throwing it up.
Yeah, man. I'm not like Phil, bro. I
We
can't do
tried.
that
We
stuff.
tried that
So,
video like 4 times.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
I don't know. I've done it before, but it's just like I don't know. When the camera's out, I can't
Yeah.
do it.
And that's surprising because Brandon, like you see him, he comes off as like a guy that could do anything. So like an egg challenge, like you wouldn't think that would be something that could stump Brandon.
It's like I don't know. It's like something weird about it. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's the texture.
Yeah, it's the texture. Doesn't
But
go
yeah,
down.
so-
Or is that it's a dead baby?
What? It's not a dead baby. They're unfertilized eggs.
Yeah, they're unfertilized.
Aren't they dead babies?
No.
Real quick, can we
That
talk
vegan
about?
stuff got you
Can we
fucked
talk
up.
about how Phil used to say eggs were dairy?
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, he did.
I thought they just classified them as dairy.
So there's other people that have thought that. So you're not
Because
the
they're
only
keeping
one.
the same off.
It is, but it's not dairy, bro.
But it's misinformation on behalf of the grocery
It's
store.
misinformation.
I mean,
Because they'd be like dairy, and then it'd be cheese, milk, eggs.
But how many
Huh.
times have you gone like in Walmart and you have the wrong signs?
I don't
everywhere?
shop in Walmart.
or Publix.
I
have the
don't
wrong
shop.
signs.
I am too good.
They,
for
no,
Walmart.
I'm not.
Like, I saw this item on the shelf right here, and it had
No,
a price tag.
it's. I'm pretty sure Publix does this too.
every grocery
every
store.
grocery
Yeah,
store.
every-
It's a big
yeah,
ass dairy
Yeah,
section,
the
and-
eggs-
and eggs are
The
there.
eggs
so
are always dairy.
but it comes out of chicken's
But
butt.
hey,
so you know that's
also-
poultry.
Chicken butt.
Educate yourself.
I mean, I get it. I had to educate myself. But if you in the store and it's like that's like a nigga put in beef chops in the pork section, and his whole life, every time he's like, I want these beef chops, but they in the pork section,
Yeah.
so he probably think they pork chops. I don't
But
know.
they say beef on it.
But if they just say chops,
what?
if they beef chops, but they in the pork section, they just say chops, and he's like, oh, go get the chops, and he probably gonna think they pork chops.
Yeah, true.
That's all. It's just
But back to the challenges. A few of the other ones. Danny also had to do a handstand twerk.
yeah.
There was the
Tati had to shake
the ping pong ball one.
Oh yeah, Tatiana had to like
Work
the
the
minute
ping pong
for
ball.
she put a
Zach probably
tissue
came
box.
up with both of those.
Nah, those the handstand twerk Tatiana put on there. The ping pong one I think I put on there.
That was hilarious.
And then Tati had to pinch Alexa's nipple with a clasper thing.
Clasper.
Were there any other ones? Those are all the ones that
I
came to
think
mind.
that's it.
Brandon, you did 2 challenges, no, or just that
Yeah,
one?
I did too. I had to get whipped.
Oh, yeah.
Whipped?
Learning
What
how to get
happened?
whipped by
With the
Danny.
towel.
Oh, with the
And she
towel.
like
Yeah.
totally missed me.
Yeah, was it Danny?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Danny.
Danny totally.
She was
missed
really
me.
excited to do it.
Because
Too.
you were showing her how to do it, remember?
Yeah, because she never did that.
Yeah, but she missed. I don't know how.
But anyways, if y'all
Zach,
have,
you only have one challenge?
yeah, I only have one.
Mm.
If y'all have birthday parties and trying to stay, well, I guess it wasn't really COVID safe because we had a bunch of people at the house. But if you're
It
not
was
trying to
7,
go out,
It was 7 negative people.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. That's
technically.
true. But if you're trying not to go out, save a little bit of money and still have a good time, it's very entertaining.
Facts.
So I would recommend playing Silent Library. But moving on, this past week we finally have a new president, president number 46, correct?
Yeah.
Mr.
No, is it 40? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
45, yeah.
Mr. Joe Biden is now the president of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all
Sleepy
watch?
Joe.
Y'all watch the because I didn't watch it at all, but y'all watched the inauguration, right?
Yeah, I
How was
watched
that?
I didn't watch it. I just watched a little bit of it.
Oh yeah, I watched.
I saw the highlights on E ESPN.
his speech, Biden's speech, and I caught a lot of other stuff like on Twitter and stuff like that.
on the socials.
Because I was at work, so I only watched like his commencement speech when he got
Yeah.
in office. I watched a little bit about the poet, super lit.
Yeah.
And I saw everything up like leading up to it, so it's pretty much.
I got you. Yeah, I only saw tweets. Of course, I saw people like tweeting that Joe Biden was like Satan worshiper because he was
gosh.
swearing in on like an upside down Bible and the crosses were upside down, and people were like, "This isn't even a recent picture. Like this is from something old or something like that." But either way, like, come on, like y'all just reaching for anything and everything.
It literally is just based on perspective. If it's upside down,
Yeah.
you
Who
know,
cares, bro? It's the
everything,
symbol of the
yeah.
Bible.
Yeah.
Put your hand on the Bible, no matter what the Bible look like.
No, he's like, Satan
Yeah,
all
exactly.
day.
He's not like Lil
Like,
Nicky.
Nah,
Yeah.
he's not doing anything like that.
I'm
He's
about
like,
to sell you niggas out.
Yeah. I'm about
Yeah.
to pimp y'all.
Little Nicky said.
Yeah, it's not like he was.
Get in the blast, Adrian.
I could definitely say I was. It's weird for this inauguration because it was like I don't know if I was excited for it.
Yeah,
Like-
it was pretty like quiet.
When have you been excited for an inauguration? Other than I guess
Obama.
Obama, but like
I guess good point. But it was like but in the past I've watched them.
Yeah, I
So
just
even
feel
in this
like
one, it didn't feel like it didn't feel like it was need to see TV.
it was on a Wednesday.
well,
it was
so
like,
what, I don't know if this is how Phil feels, but for me, I just feel like it wasn't as big of a deal as the other ones.
all the other ones
Yeah.
before. Fact, that's what
I feel like all the stuff around it kind of dimmed its light.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like everything
Leading up-
happening,
leading up to it, yeah.
COVID, You got the attack on the Capitol. You got all this other crap going on that it's like it's dimmed. It becomes dim. It's not that big of a deal when we got all this other shit going on.
Yeah, because usually I want to watch it live, and then I was like on Twitter, and I'm like, really, the inauguration's on? So then I
Yeah.
just start catching the Twitter highlights.
yeah, and I was
Yeah.
busy at work, so that's why I missed. it.
Yeah, like you get caught up in that bull, and you're like, oh well, this and that, and you get upset with America because of what happened
Yeah.
at the Capitol and all that. And if that was us, that'd have been something different.
Yeah, it'd been different too.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Sure.
saying? So it was just like that kind of dimmed it. Everybody's like patriotism.
Yeah.
I guess you would say it was an attack on our patriotism, like how we view it.
You was
They-
gonna say something, Major?
No.
Oh, okay.
They had it deep though. We definitely saw the presence.
Yeah, I feel like everything I know about the inauguration just off like social media, and of course that's the wrong place to get my information. But Buddy wearing the Dior Jordans, that was like the main thing I saw. Joe Biden's granddaughter also wearing Jordans, that was another main thing I saw.
Bernie.
And then
Michelle
yes,
Obama's fit.
yeah, her fit, and then
Hey.
Bernie.
No, wait. Before we go to Bernie, because that's a big topic. Kamala Harris. Did you see The Simpsons?
yeah, with the purple suit
Yeah,
and
the
the
Yeah.
pearls.
suit and everything.
No, I didn't.
It was like
It
what?
was another prediction they made.
Simpsons did it. Like Simpsons did
Yeah,
it.
they had like the color on point.
Yeah, and the pearl necklace and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything. The shirt too. It was like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
I literally think it's not that the guy is telling the future. He's just saying things, and I feel like people are looking at that, and it's kind of influencing
Yeah.
the future.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
happens next? People are like, oh, let's just do it. You
Yeah.
guys keep it going.
You
She
think
probably
so?
looked at it and was like,
Yeah.
"The dude, like,
Hey, what
come
happened on The Simpsons last
it's
week? No?
It's too much to be a coincidence.
Exactly.
If it's like that, we need to capture that nigga right now and have him write everything out.
Interrogate
Like,
him
lock
or
him
something.
up
Yeah.
and have him write the future
Yeah.
right now, so we can figure it out, But I think it's just the influence of The Simpsons, and that's bowing to that because everybody's like doing stuff. Like, why would that dude run up on Capitol with that stuff on his head?
Yeah, exactly.
He
I think,
looked at The Simpsons.
I think that because when I saw that on social media, when I was like, was this actually a Simpsons episode?
Or did someone just like mock it up?
Yeah,
or after
I
the
was
fact,
like, or did someone draw Buddy like as a Simpson character? And then I was like, or if this was a Simpson episode, he definitely dressed up like this Simpsons character.
You'd have to go through a lot of episodes to find that. Though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I just feel like it's all coincidental.
But I feel like there's some things that
I don't know what to think.
There's
It's just
some things
crazy.
that stick with you because like you guys would say something like, oh, and I come up with, oh, that's from that movie. I can tell you exactly where it is. I feel like people have good memories. I'm not like the only person out there that's good memory. And they can say, okay, this is about to happen. Oh, this is like when it happened in this. And then I can dress up like this and go there like that. Yeah. And then they'd be like, oh, he dressed up. You know, it's just to garner attention.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it is.
All right. So we brought up Mr. Sanders, Bernie. So before we get into Brandon's point that he brought up, of course, everyone at this point has seen Bernie sitting all on the memes. We appreciate you, Bernie, on
coming on the podcast
on our last episode. So definitely appreciate that. But Brandon, because you were the one that told us about this, and I further did research. But can you
Twitter
kick off
research?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So always well on Twitter. You know, Bernie and his mittens, and I was
looking so cute.
Yeah,
innocent.
I was like, all right, there's no problem with this. You know what I'm saying? What made him wear those mittens? But you know, it is what it is. And so he's everywhere. He's doing triangular chokes. He's sitting in everybody's podcast. He's everywhere. And all of a sudden, I'm looking through Twitter, and they're like, "Oh, Bernie Sanders and his misogyny is sitting down," and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Just him sitting down?" I was like, "What? Like, how's that?" So I was totally like baffled, like thrown a loop. I was like, "What's going on?" So I was like reading some tweets, and they were talking about how like I think it was one of the tweets were saying that. Oh,
because this morning when I was driving over, I pulled up all the tweets. If you want me to read,
yeah, go ahead.
So one of the tweets is, "This is misogyny. Tell me how it wasn't done purposefully to cast a shadow on a woman's historic day and get in the press. Same as 2016 primary. White wealthy men cosplaying being poor and disrespectful because they know this is the response they will get, media attention." There's another tweet. "Ice cold feminist take. I love Bernie, really do, but sir, emotional labor is not beneath you? Not feeling it? Fucking pretend for 1 minute like most women do every day."
Shut the fuck up.
Got some more tweets.
That right there is enough for me, bro. It's like a historic day. It's cool.
Yeah.
And I'm black, so I'm all for a woman being in that position, a person of color being in that position. It's a historic day. But at the end of the day, she's the vice president. She's not even the president.
Can I just read this one more? Because this is probably my... she actually has 3 tweets, but I'll just read this one. "I don't know who needs to hear this, but there is a thing that white millionaire baby men do when they don't get the attention that they want, and it's called fake folksisness." I don't know what the fuck. "And slobbery, and doing it today is a purposeful decision to shift attention away from women and history."
There's not a lot of information. Like, I don't know what the fuck Bernie was thinking. I don't know what was going through his mind. Maybe the nigga was cold.
The nigga was definitely cold.
That's what it looked like. He's an old dude, and like he just like in there like
he's
so
freezing.
another.
He's like,
I'm trying to
freezing.
find the picture right now, but there's a picture not straight on of Bernie, but from an angle, and the person sitting next to him is literally wearing something almost identical to him,
Yeah.
and they're both sitting at
Yeah.
that moment. So like I don't know if like that picture also could have been out of context. Like it might not have been when she was giving her like whatever was happening.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it just kind of seems like a stretch.
I think you have to if you're gonna do that, you got to go and see like when he was sitting like that. Like
How long? Yeah, you
yeah.
just took a snapshot. It's just like something to be mad about. It's always somebody's misogynistic or somebody's racist or somebody always something. And it's like, bro,
And then people just
Take
take it
the
on
moment.
and run with it.
yeah, take the moment, enjoy the moment. A funny
Yeah.
meme came from one, it's Bernie,
Yeah.
and if we keeping it a buck, the DNC did him dirty anyways.
Yeah.
So he probably should have been in Biden's position, but they screwed him over in both elections. So let's keep it a bean. So he's probably old, cold, and thinking to himself, they keep fucking me over. Why I gotta be here? That's
Yeah.
how he says, like, bro, I hate that I gotta do this, but
Yeah.
I'm doing this because it's my team.
But I don't even think he was like.
I don't think he was like
the
that,
nigga
like,
was
feeling that all-
genuinely cold. Like that's
Bro,
just
whenever you ever see, whenever you look at Bernie, he looks like he's upset.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
kinda
That's
looks
just
like
his
he's upset.
natural face.
Which is why it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, for people to say that he was purposely doing it, like, how do you think, like, I'm gonna sit like this and people are, I know for sure people are gonna take a picture of me,
Where's the
and this is, and they're gonna run with it, like.
So at first, when I started doing my research, my Twitter research, I was like, okay, maybe they're not saying Bernie is misogynistic. Maybe they're saying the writers of this article, in giving Bernie the attention and taking away from Kamala, is what's misogynistic. But nope, they're still saying that Bernie.
But
is the
again,
misog-
have we taken away from the moment when it's been celebrated since it's been announced?
Yeah,
You're not
Yeah.
taking nothing away from the moment. On top of, like, even at the inauguration, like, Kamala got outshined by everything else.
yeah,
Wasn't like Kamala was at the front and was like, oh, this 22-year-old poet. She was the greatest part of the
Shit, she got a lot of
inauguration. Like,
attention.
she stole the attention. So
Yeah.
that's another woman. So, like, chill out with the misogyny. It ain't that big of a deal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Take your
Well,
misogyny and shove it.
I don't even think it was misogyny on Bernie's part. I don't see it that way because it just looks like the man cold. Like if I'm sitting, it's like me sitting in the rain down here in Florida. You think I'm gonna be happy
Yeah.
about sitting there? Well, me, yes, I am.
Yeah.
But like somebody else is gonna be sitting in the rain. You think they're gonna be happy or sitting in the cold? You're gonna be sitting there like, damn, what the hell am I here? Like,
Yeah.
God, can we go inside? Let's get this over with. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But like Bernie's, like, every time I see Bernie, he's kind of like a face on, like he's not like he may even be happy, but he just got like a face on. Like,
Hey, Bernie looked
he's
like
just
he got
old.
work to do,
He
man.
just
He
old.
got work. We got work to do. That's what Bernie looked
and
like.
he even said it about the meme. He was like, "I don't care,
Yeah.
get these people their money."
Yeah.
Like, you know. So
Yeah.
like
he got work that needs to be done. That's what
Yeah.
he care about, the American
yes.
people. So
I think this was a distraction. I feel like the meme was something we needed
yeah.
to uplift. We hadn't had anything like really uplifting in a while. And so, like, something on the lines of like the Jordan crying face,
Yeah.
you know. So I feel like this was good for the people, like to laugh at.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was that big of a deal. I really don't. But you know,
Not to mention that he also took the meme, made it profitable, and donated all the proceeds to charity because he put on a sweater that sold out
that
in like
shit
hours.
looked fresh.
That sweater's actually kind of fire, and it sold out in hours, and then 100% is going to charity.
yeah.
So it's like, first, like, I get you want to
No,
say it's misogynistic and all that, but let's give Bernie the benefit of the
Yeah.
doubt. He's one of the few politicians that's been on the front line for like
Yeah.
decades.
trying to cancel his
Like
student
Phil
loans.
said, they try to make everything, because I told Brandon this. Women say when we sit there with our legs spread open, that's misogynistic. This man sitting properly, that's still like, come on now.
Yeah.
It's
I-
Bernie. This
next
man
time
loves
be like-
everybody.
I'm be like, hi,
Uh,
really? You're telling me hi? How to start my day?
Yeah.
Like, all right, fam. You know
Yeah.
what? Just go about
There's
it.
gonna be. Never mind. I don't, it's a hot take, but it's like, man, if it keeps going like this, everybody being so offended by everything, I don't think people can even say words to each other.
Nah, you
anymore.
can't, bro. People gotta lighten up. Like, yes, I think we in a space where all people's always trying to judge everybody's like
Intent.
intent, and you
Yeah.
cannot judge a person's intent.
Yeah.
And so it's like, even if a person got the meanest intents, they can still do it nicely. So let's like just stop thinking we mind readers, take something for what it is, and just keep it pushing. If it ain't that big of a deal, cool, bro. It was a mistake. Keep it moving. Oh, they're probably racist or they're probably been misogynistic their whole life. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you can make a mistake.
Yeah, like.
At what point do we stop forgiving people and we just want to be pissed off and mad at somebody all day? It ain't that big of a deal, bro.
Yeah, and in the grand scheme of it, it's just a moment. It's like a blink. Like I blinked my eyes. I can't
People
get
want
that
retweets.
back. I can't. Once it's done, it's done. I can't do anything else about it. All we can do is move forward from it. But like it's just like I said, it's like people are getting so offended by things, and I find myself in that trap as well sometimes. Like you know, you get offended by it, but it's like, all right, I got to remind myself, okay, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal unless they slap you or spit on you or
Yeah.
something like that.
See, I
Yeah.
find myself the opposite.
Then you got to do.
Because people get offended all the time, I'm just like, I literally be like, that shit wouldn't offend me. Like, person could call me nigger,
Yeah.
and I'm like, in my mind, be like, oh, fuck that nigger.
He just wants to.
Are you
he just
gonna-
wants to be the opposite of people.
No,
He
because
just
I'd be like,
admitted it.
no, because I've had that happen to me. Like,
Yeah.
I've had blatant racism happen in my
Same,
face.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen it in the South, and my white friends are like, bro, did you see that? I'm like, bro, we in the South. We get in the car. We can just talk about it later. Like, it's a time and place to react and stuff. And so it's like,
Yeah.
because I've been in those situations, a lot of that stuff, like being called a nigger, wow, that's the
Yeah.
worst
Yeah,
thing
I
you
mean,
can do to me
but-
is call me a nigger. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. but you're not gonna do shit about it. So
Yeah.
But you're saying I've been in those situations. I'm sure a lot of black people have been in those situations,
Yes.
and they choose. This is your personal preference on how you choose to handle something, not like because I've experienced this, it allows me to be this way. No,
but
it's
I
just like,
see stuff and I'm like, there's
a time to react and there's a time.
or even there should be some things that deserve a reaction. Like Bernie sitting a certain way.
yeah, I know I get what you're saying. I don't
Because
disagree.
there are more worse offenses to be offended by.
Yeah,
I'm like, it's light. That's actually super light.
So staying on the presidential topic, we could talk about our ex-president, Donald Trump. He did a little bit of good before leaving his presidential position, and he had pardoned a couple of our favorite rappers, Lil Wayne and Kodak. So definitely appreciate Trump for doing one good thing prior to leaving, but unfortunately, Kodak, he might still be facing some charges. Why was he in jail in the first place again? Was it also gun charges?
I don't remember.
That's
I think
'cause they
it
broke
violated probation or something.
Yeah, so hopefully this time when Kodak's out, he can stay out of trouble. But like I said, he's still facing some stuff. And then Wayne was never really officially in jail, but he was facing some gun charges, so those got dropped. But the funniest of all is Joe Exotic from the Tiger King.
Had the limo out front.
Free Joe Exotic.
My dog was ready to get out. He really thought he was out of there. Had his makeup done, had his hair done, and they said, nope.
You're not pardoned.
Like, I wonder how long his limo driver was waiting out there before, like, they were just like, no, he's not going.
He was just staring at the Wi-Fi.
You think Carol Baskin called Donald Trump and said not keep him in there?
I want to know who did this nigga's hair and makeup.
I didn't even see it.
I didn't see it either, but I heard that he got his hair and makeup did.
Who, Joe Exotic?
Yeah.
From jail?
Yeah.
He
One of them
he
pretty.
got a little Bookie bear
Yeah,
in
one of
there.
them little pretty niggas.
He got him a little Bookie bear in there.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all think he turned some straight? Did everyone here watch Tiger King?
Yeah.
Yes.
You think he turned some straight niggas gay in there?
He didn't have any
I
drugs.
don't know if you had to turn him straight in there.
He didn't have any drugs to do it.
Bruh, that was the funniest fucking quote I ever heard. You can't be that straight.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like,
Exactly.
What?
But now that nigga just in there looking extra pretty, so he just got more niggas after him in jail after all
That's
that.
wild, man.
But we'll see when Mr. Joe Exotic gets out. But that's just hilarious. And now he like mad at Trump. I don't know if he like tweeted something or put out a press release. But
Bruh, he should have freed my dog Bobby.
Bobby Shmurda.
Yeah. I was expecting.
But Bobby getting out soon anyway.
Bobby
so when
getting out soon.
everyone
Well, she got him
mad
out
at-
He's
sooner.
supposed to get out a bunch of times.
Yeah, but I think he's getting out within like the next month or two.
Yeah,
something like that.
it's soon.
His like sentence is actually coming to an end. So,
Yeah.
and speaking of the presidency, it was just funny watching. There literally was like no real coverage of Trump leaving the office.
Yeah.
It was just like thank God he gone type thing.
Yeah. That
He's
nigga
in
went
Florida.
straight to Palm Beach.
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh Jesus.
Went to Mar-a-Lago to go
He's here.
and then go to Epstein Island and fuck little kids.
Oh, jeez.
Damn,
I'm sure that's what he doing.
that was dark.
I'm sure that's what he doing.
That was dark.
In his diaper.
Yeah, exactly. But man, fuck Trump. We gotta fuck Donald Trump one last time. But I'm glad he out of here. But we can talk about something that I didn't know. I think Phil's the only one here that knew, but someone else that had a little bit of TV fame, just like Donald Trump. But Jerry Springer. Everybody here knows Jerry Springer from the Jerry Springer Show.
Jerry.
But I did not know that nigga was a judge until once again on Twitter. Saw it the other day that the nigga is a judge. And I had tweeted, imagine facing life in prison and then right before the decision is made, you just hear that chant.
I didn't know he was a real. I thought he was like a show judge. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. He's not like a criminal judge.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't know what kind of judge he is, but I'm sure it's not like a criminal judge. It was just a dumb joke that I made.
I think the only reason I knew is because Jerry Springer was like, was it filmed in Chicago? There's
So I
like-
think he used to be like the mayor of Chicago or something like that.
I want to say it was like filmed in Chicago,
Yeah.
and so like he was huge in the Midwest.
Yeah. I'm going to look
And
it up
I
right
saw like I went back home a couple years back, and I was like, Jerry Springer got a judge like a court show. This is madness. But if he really did become a judge, that's the ultimate finesse.
now. Nah, I'm pretty sure he was like a mayor or some shit. Before that, or he was. I mean, he lived in Chicago.
Yeah.
He was a former politician. Of course, it's cut off, but yeah, he had some kind of a political position once before the Jerry Springer show.
Yeah.
But that show used to be fucking lit, bruh. Like, what would you even call
I'm
those?
sleeping with my cousin and my sister doesn't know. What the fuck is going on out here? Or it's like I'm a man.
Yeah, what kind of show is that? Was just like it's almost like Maury kind of.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Instead of
like,
not, you're not the father.
What,
it's just
kind of shows are those? Like what?
Daytime talk shows?
Yeah, daytime talk. Like those used
but
to be
like
so
drama
lit.
or like I don't know.
Like when I used to like be home during the summers because camp was done or something like that, or before camp started, or my parents left me home from school because school was canceled. Like Maury was lit. You are not the father. All that shit. Jerry Springer.
I like Jerry because you know you was gonna get a fight.
It's
Oh,
just
yeah,
drama.
yeah.
Yeah, that was like that was like drama, I guess reality drama.
TV before.
was
Yeah,
it was
before
the
reality
funniest-
TV. You knew
funniest
they was gonna be
stories.
like, I got a secret. I've been cheating on you with your best friend for 9 months. Then somebody just run up on him.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody
Exactly.
just run up. Let him go, man. Let him go. You
Yeah.
so,
I think
Yeah.
there's
It's like
one.
how like these people agree to be on this show and not know like
Yeah.
stuff is
Stop
gonna
that.
happen.
you
Yeah.
know, with so many
And
fights.
the thing is, like, these are regular people. They aren't real actors and stuff. So, like, these are.
I feel like with Jerry Springer and maybe Maury, like I think in
Some
the
of it's
beginning it
probably
was
set
real,
up.
but I feel like
Oh,
towards
okay,
the
okay.
end of both of their shows, I think it got like
they
a little.
had to pay actors to do it because like it
Yeah.
wasn't. But in the beginning, for sure, and you know it was a big deal when your main security guard can get a show.
Yeah, Steve Wilco.
Yeah, he gets famous and gets a show off the strength of just being a security guard and breaking up fights.
Oh, yeah.
Steve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But and I know what y'all niggas already gonna say. Of course, that's your favorite part, Zach. But when they used to the beads at the end, it was the end of the show, and they used to Jerry, I got something to say. Woo! And then they just get the beads or whatever.
Yeah.
That was definitely the best part. That was porn.
We
before
really
porn.
grew up on some interesting stuff,
right? And then bro, when they would have questions from the audience, they would say the audience would say the most reckless stuff to
Yeah.
the people on stage. I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
yo.
yeah, yeah.
That
The
was-
best part would be that when they shoot their shot, you with that zero, you
Oh,
come get with this
yeah,
hero.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fact. That's so disrespectful.
Like that, y'all let niggas out the audience shoot shots at a person that's torn and broken down. That's messed up.
That's crazy.
For real.
Like, and it's just wild to think that you
'Cause
got a
it's
secret.
two different times they were living in.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
could never. Like I know that's been the theme of like the past 2-3 years. Like the early 2000s and 90s could never survive like now.
Yeah.
But
Could you think that it'd be a good idea to tell a person a secret
Yes. that'd
on
be
national
hot.
TV, bruh? Like, in what world did that make sense? Like, you probably thought it was a good idea. Like, maybe
the
they'll
thing
take
is
me
also
back.
they're also getting
Attention.
like poor people
Yeah.
to
it's
do
always
this,
white
and they're
trash.
getting like, and they're I'm sure they're getting some kind of compensation for this. So
Oh,
like,
for
all
sure.
right,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know what,
yeah,
like
of course.
And 15 seconds of fame.
But
so-
Yeah.
nowadays they'd be like, oh, he's exploiting them.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it technically is because
Yeah.
you ruin people's lives and they probably got to go back to some small town.
their lives already ruined.
Well,
Like
true,
that
but,
stuff
but
happened.
you make it worse because now they
And
probably from like small
How-
towns,
Yeah.
They,
small port
Maybe
towns. Whatever.
no, but if you're from a small poor town, everyone knows your business regardless. One,
Good point.
two, if that stuff's gonna come out and you don't get paid for it, you have no money. It's still happening.
I
Everyone
I
still
think
knows.
you can't really say that they ruined their lives or anything
Yeah.
like that. All you can say it happened. They did what they had to do. They chose to go on there
Yeah.
Oh, facts.
and then
Facts.
do all that. What would be cool if you actually go back and find those people and talk
Yeah.
to them. How was your experience like on Jerry Springer
Yeah.
show? And they're like, oh man, it was the best thing that happened in my life. And
Yeah.
you'd be like, oh well, I thought it was the worst. Nah, man, that was the
Like,
best.
it's
Everybody knew my story. I was on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't tell other people how somebody else feels.
True, and so
We don't
like,
know.
in those situations. I see why you want to get compensated for it, but it make more sense to be on Maury because at least they pay for the paternity test, and that
Yeah.
could be expensive. But it's just like
Mhm.
let me just take like $1,500, I guess, probably cheaper than that. To just go tell my significant other I'm
Bro.
cheating on him and embarrass him in front of TV, like national TV.
But you
And
know
then,
how.
but you know, when it flips, you're like, well, I've been cheating on you.
Like, yeah, it's like yo,
You
what?
know how good, like, you realize how good Maury was? Because it was literally the same thing every episode, and you still wanted to tune in and watch. Like, why are the people always yelling during the fucking, like, interview part where it's just like, oh, little AJ, he claims he's not the father. And then it's like the little interview section. Yeah, Tanisha said that I'm the father, but this little kid looks nothing like me. Look at his ears. Like they're
Pictures.
always yelling.
Yeah.
Man, Jerry, that baby got straight hair, and my whole family from the South, we got curly hair. I can't be that
He
baby.
is the daddy.
Yeah, come out dancing.
Doing backflips.
Bro, that's such cool shit, bro. Like, if you really sit and think about it, bro,
It
that's
is,
such
bro.
cool
It
shit.
is, but it's so funny because then when you find out they're not the daddy, the dudes that throw up the gang signs, get
Yeah.
the crip walking, bro, I be howling.
Bro,
And then the women running out
Yeah,
the guy
girl
running out, whoever.
always runs back.
Bro, the cameramen are in the greatest shape of life. They're like D1 athletes.
Niggas
They,
be sprayed.
they got that big old camera and they're running with this thing. Do. Bro, my favorite part is when they be running, they just fall on the ground crying, and they be laying on the ground.
Yeah.
Like,
They just got the camera on.
they be
him,
looking
filming
like Nate Robinson down there. You're like,
Bruh, it was one episode where it was like 3 dudes on stage, bro, and they was all not the father, and them niggas
it.
celebrated.
Oh my gosh, they're
And I
dapping each
was
other
like,
up, huh?
yo, bro, more than dapping each
3
other up. They
dudes.
just started like doing like bro dances together, and I'm like, yo, that's wild.
That's crazy.
To be honest though, like that's kind of lit if you were one of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
fast, because you didn't get caught slipping.
Yeah, exactly.
Not only that, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just wild. Like she's up there with 3 dudes. Like yeah, it's definitely one of these.
Yeah, it's always the girl
Oh
that
my
looks
God.
bad.
In the case of Lil Lee John,
so does she know who it is? Damn, that's crazy. That's the
Yeah.
perplexing part.
What was more entertaining to y'all, Springer or Maury?
in the beginning,
Springer.
Springer,
Yeah.
but when I got older, more.
I didn't really watch many of them,
Jerry,
but I don't know. I thought they were like one and the same for me.
Yeah.
Jerry had the greatest like fights. And,
Yeah.
It was the
like,
fights I like for
It
Springer,
was
but
the
yeah.
crazy stuff, bro. You just come
Yeah.
home and you just see like, I don't know how to say this without being like not politically correct. I don't know, like little people.
Yeah, yeah.
They used to
Little
have, like,
people,
the
yeah.
little people fighting, bro.
Yeah.
That used to kill me, bro.
Yeah,
Because my
facts.
cousin got in a fight with a little person before, and it was and he a normal person. Like,
Yeah.
I'm saying,
He's a normal person.
like he's like 6, like so it's just like
Yeah.
I was like, bro, what are you doing? Like the man said something to me. I was like,
Is that a hate crime now? Could you fight a little
Can
you
person?
can fight anybody. He
But
didn't fight him because he was a little person.
Yeah,
he
it
fought
can
him
be
because he
seen as a
disrespected him.
He could say it was a hate crime, and then
Yeah.
people gonna
His
take his
girlfriend was
side.
cheating on him with the little. Yeah, it was a whole. It was like
Wait,
a Jerry
that-
Springer episode.
that sound
It was
like-
a
That sound
Jerry
like
Springer
Trapped in the
episode.
Closet.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. It sounds something like R. Kelly.
Bro.
I
trapped
just
in the
watched
closet
episode
shit.
11 last night.
Bro.
I was like scrolling through Facebook, and that episode came on.
What?
And found like Lil Man was the
Yeah.
father.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yo.
And what's that?
This is real. Jerry
the
Springer
show
was
where
like
Marlon
real
Wayans
life
was the
stuff
baby?
going on.
Because I'm imagining like your cousin came home to like his girl, and then this little midget or
Oh, no,
little
no.
person was in the crib like just trying to hide.
Nah,
Yeah.
Little Man, that's a movie.
Oh, little man, yeah,
Yeah, but
with
nah,
Marlon
yeah, it
Wayans.
wasn't like
Yeah.
that. It was just out in the parking lot. It was funny.
that is hilarious.
It just shows you that all these poverty pockets in America have great stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, for real, bro. It was the best show. I think that was better than
Yeah.
Maury. Maury was, like you said, Maury was the same thing. It was
Yeah.
entertaining. But Jerry had like all kind of stuff. Like you had 2 dudes fighting over one girl. You had
Yeah,
little people fighting
Yeah.
each other. You had girls going to town on each other, big old girls, like just fighting all the time, and it was just like it was some good wholesome.
They'll
fun.
let you run up and get a shot in before they
Uh-huh.
break it up.
Yeah,
You can get like one. It's like
Yeah.
a
They
like,
give
it's
about
like,
8 seconds.
it's like a school fight. You can get 1 or 2 good punches in, and somebody gonna break it up.
Then he come in there. All right,
Yeah.
all right, get out of there.
But they gonna let you go for a quick second.
Yeah, that was always the best.
yeah. I think the appeal of Maury is that like you have almost like Instagram now, where with like Instagram polls.
Yeah.
Where you can pick a side and like, all right, I see where more people are siding with or whatever. But it's clearly 2 options. You're
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm putting my money on this person, and then you're invested because like I want my person to be
Yeah,
right, and
exactly.
then whatever happens after, you're like, oh,
The best part would be like they got a daddy, and the whole time they've been dogging the BM. They be like, "Man, Maury, that bitch bogus, and she this, she that." But if I'm a father, I'm a man up and be a dad.
Yeah. Yeah,
What?
exactly.
Well, that's crazy. You also had the judge
So-
shows, Judge Judy and stuff.
Yeah,
those,
like, what?
those I never really watched.
What?
those are kind of funny. But
Those are hilarious.
wait, still with the Maury thing, is that like how do people come up like Jerry Springer and Maury? How do they come up with the show? Like, all right, we're just gonna do paternity tests.
Yeah.
And they're like, guys, this is gold. Like,
That's probably G.
like
honestly,
legit
that's
just in
probably
a
how they
room
did it,
brainstorming.
yeah.
But the thing is, with Jerry Springer, like Maury, it was a lot like Jerry Springer. Like in the beginning, I remember there was a lot more variety.
Oh,
But I
okay.
think the paternity test stuff was so popular that
They
they were
started-
like, "This is
the
our
ratings
niche."
was through
Yeah,
the roof, so they just had to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are like, "Oh, this is way
People
better."
can relate.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because everybody
People
knows
can
somebody
relate.
that got BM issues or like, I don't know, that
And then he
kid
had
don't
the
look
Kanye
like you.
song, 18 years, got you for 18,
18
years.
years,
On
yeah.
the 18th birthday, he found
Yeah.
out it wasn't his.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the good old days,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
exactly.
golden era.
Man, you had such great shows back
Yeah.
then. Like,
Such great shows.
That's
Catch
how
a
you know we
Predator.
old when
Quality
you could be like,
television.
yeah, when we be like, our TV was like just so great.
Yeah.
You look at
Date
TV now
night.
and you be like, bro, what the hell did they be watching?
All right, but Brandon just brought up Kanye, so we could switch over to music. There was something else I had, and I completely forgot what it was. But the main thing I wanted to talk about is "Though Baby." The music video just came out, and that shit is fucking hilarious, bro. So, I mean, if y'all don't know the song's about getting head. And so that's what the visual concept of that's what the concept of the video is.
Visual concept.
And so you have just throughout the video, like different representations of like girls getting cummed on. You have Lil Baby, snowboarding
Snowboarding.
in a
Tongue.
fucking girl's mouth, like in which it's
That's
cum,
semen
it's
mountain?
nut, yeah. And it's funny because Lil Baby does not seem like the type of nigga that's like open-minded and definitely kind of homophobic. And there's a meme that every time I see like some stuff going on, people always like retweet it with the Baby. I think I said Lil Baby a couple of times, but the Baby, and he's just like gay. I don't know what he was talking about, but
Wait, his name's the baby now?
Da Baby.
the
He's-
Baby and
Da
Lil,
He
yeah,
mentioned Lil Baby.
Yeah.
There's so many
Okay.
babies.
yeah,
So, but Da Baby, his music videos generally are more on the creative side.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like that's right up his alley. Like it's not
but that nigga
not
was
that far.
snowboarding and nut.
It is, but in terms of
Yeah,
creativity and concept, it's not
Yeah.
that far fetched that he'd be a part of something
Yeah.
like that based on the videos.
I
he
haven't
did
seen
prior.
this video. I don't think I
Like
want
he's
to.
usually got some pretty creative videos.
yeah. But the best part of the entire video, bruh, because our baby Tiana Trump is in it, and she's getting a what's it called, a sonogram?
Sonogram, yeah, ultrasound.
Ultrasound, yeah.
Ultrasound.
She's getting an ultrasound on
On
her
her
throat,
throat.
and that shit is pregnant, bruh. And like you just see the baby, bro. That shit is so fucking funny
The
to me. Like who
misogyny
came
is-
up with this?
Bro, we such the misogyny.
Don't say we.
And
That
then,
was horrible.
because I mean, I know this song, but I feel like I've
OMG.
never listened to the
I
entire
think the song is trash.
But are the City Girls in the
I've
original
never even
version?
heard the song either.
I don't know. I've actually never. I haven't even
I
watched
won't
the full
listen to
video.
it.
I
Yeah,
watched like
that's
clips of the video and Twitter, obviously, but
Yeah.
the song is trash. Like I don't even like.
I
the
don't
song.
think. No, I genuinely think it's a good. Like if it wasn't about game, like it's a catchy song.
Real baby.
It's a catchy
I
song.
don't.
Yeah. No,
I'm
it's
worried
a
for you,
catchy
Zach.
song.
I'm worried for you.
I mean, I don't like a lot of newer
You
music.
turning
Like
into Luke, bitch.
huh?
You turning into Luke.
Nah, I don't like a lot-
Mainstream Lukey.
I don't like
He's
a
got
lot
to
of.
because Luke's not here. You know?
The
You
thing
gotta
is,
make
me
up
and
for him.
Luke watched the video together. We were cracking up because Luke asked what we were talking about on the podcast, and I brought that up, and then we watched the video together, bro. He was dying. That shit was so fucking
I
funny.
can't talk about Luke. He's not here to defend himself. So
You could talk about him. Luke would talk about you if you wasn't here.
Yeah, for
So-
sure.
Talk about
that's
him.
fair.
Get it off
Do
your
it.
chest.
Do
Nah,
it.
That's it. That's just mainstream Lukey.
Do it.
None of us watch Versus, but of course,
I
y'all
tuned
know.
in
Yeah,
the
Phil watched
beginning.
like 2
Yeah.
seconds. Ashanti and Keisha Cole, they went head to head. I haven't heard a consensus on who really won, but it was just frustrating because the battle kept getting canceled like week in and week out, and then when it finally happened, Keisha Cole was mad late,
Late
so
as
I was
hell.
like, I'm not watching
I'm
this
like-
bullshit.
The point of a versus is not supposed to be like a concert.
Yeah,
Like when we tune in, y'all should be ready.
yeah,
I can understand you get to a venue, you gotta wait 40 minutes, hour and a half for the artist to come out. Fam, all you gotta do is sit there and just re-sing your songs.
yeah.
Like you should be prepared by the time it start. So at least at the latest 8:15, we getting rolling.
Yeah,
Versus be like, they need to start saying live stream opens at 8.
yeah.
Performances at 9.
Yeah, exactly.
Like don't start it at 8. They need to start having a caveat in there because people be in there at 8. Then you like in there 30 minutes. Then DJ
Bro.
playing that weak ass Fat Joe
You drop
song
out.
over
No,
and
so
over.
the DJ to me, like at first, because I was riding home from one of my games when I was listening to it from Palm Beach to Miami. So, but the thing was, like, bro, if you a DJ, and this is what we talked about with Julian's wedding, like, there should never be, there's millions of songs out here. There should never be a time where you repeat songs over and over again. And it wasn't that he just repeated songs. You could tell, like, he had a playlist. and then it repeated because then it was literally the same songs all over again.
Oh,
and then,
really?
Yeah, it kept
Yeah.
playing that Fat Joe,
That
which I didn't think that song was bad.
It's
but
not
it was
terrible, but it's
they
like
played it
was
like 5
it
times.
was a promo, so
Yeah.
like they trying to get it more publicity, obviously, because you got like
Yeah.
millions of viewers. But it's like, all right, don't force this song to own us, bro. We'll go check it out if we like it. Like we heard it once or twice, cool.
Yeah,
But 5 times in an hour, this sound like the radio.
yeah. But I'm interested to see what the next battle is going to be. They said Future and fuck. Was it?
No,
No.
it was Future and Travis.
Yeah, Future and Travis.
Travis.
But now I'm hearing that may not happen.
I
But
don't-
that would be a good ass battle. Like I'd be hyped for that.
It would, but I feel like they're different too.
it's too soon.
You think
I
so?
feel like Versus has focused on artists with longevity.
So I wouldn't mind seeing two
More
like
current artists.
not like new artists, but yeah, like Future and Travis would be a good battle for me. Like I'd enjoy watching that.
Yeah.
Or Future and Thug. Like
'Cause
I'd
if-
enjoy.
If
Yeah.
you do it that way, which is cool, it's just that how they initially said it. Like that'd be like the next transition.
Yeah.
But usually it's like, all right, these artists were in their prime,
In the thousands.
and we could appreciate they
Their catalog.
they catalog. Whereas like by doing a Future and Travis, is almost saying like y'all ain't got much left after that.
But
well, like I feel like at least.
I think it's a good way because right now when I think verses, it's like all geared towards the old
Older
heads.
crowd, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They should do Lil Wayne versus 50.
Even that would kind of be like
That's still older because
Yeah, that-
Wayne hasn't been good in 10 years. Even though 50, I would say 50 songs. I don't
yeah,
think 50 has put out a good project since the massacre, but his songs have been hidden.
yeah.
Like even the new one he dropped for like the Return of Canaan when he had like that throwback Beamer.
Yeah.
That's a good song that
Yeah,
rides.
it's not
And
a
it's
bad
geared towards like a more adult audience, so it's not geared towards like younger people. But
Yeah, but having a new like a poppin' artist that we like a Drake, a Kendrick, something like that would be extremely dope. But I know we're not gonna ever see that. So
not too many egos right now. And you could actually, if it was like Kendrick and Drake, you could take like a hit to your carear. I feel like if you lose like a
that,
versus while you still like consider
they
the
wouldn't-
best
they
of the
wouldn't
best.
co-sign that. They wouldn't do that.
Because you might that'll lead to some diss tracks and
Actually, that'd be some good music.
it would.
Mhm.
It'd be fire.
is there anything?
Wait, so you just changed your take on that?
No,
He said, "Nah, this would be a
No.
terrible idea, but it would be amazing."
It would be a
It'd be
terrible
fire.
idea, but the verses,
He said not from his perspective. He's talking about from their
the
perspective.
verses would
They-
be
it could hurt
fire.
them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
But
okay.
at the same time,
It might hurt someone.
it's gonna hurt somebody's career, so you wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And anytime you put the best up against the best at any time, like whether
Somebody gonna get hurt.
somebody gonna get hurt. It's still a good. It's always gonna.
Bro, I
It's gonna be a
remember
good
when-
product, but it's
when
just not a
Pusha
good
T
career
was
move.
going at Drake and Drake was gonna push it. Somebody got hurt.
Yeah. That
Somebody
was a
got
good
hurt.
battle though.
It was a
Yeah.
great battle, bro.
You can't say that. Nah, it's
You got
not
one of the
right,
most,
bro. You can
rules.
one
say
of
whatever
the
you
most
want.
disrespectful tracks in the last
No
like 10
rules in
years.
the art of war.
Yeah.
But
Is
he
there-
was, he had no.
But you need that, like,
Yeah.
and that's why I appreciate the battle. It was because in this day and age, people forget what hip hop is
where
created
it came
on.
from. Yeah.
Yes. So it's like cool. The internet runs things, but let's not forget hip hop history and what it's built on. At the end of the day, if
What
we
is it
battle,
built on?
Hip hop was built on just stories from the hood.
Okay.
So it's being able to take the message from what's going on in the hood and putting it on a mainstream,
And allowing all your frustrations
and
pain.
for allowing people to see the conditions.
Yeah.
That's generally what it was. So like a cry for hip hop was like, you get fucked the police because it's police brutality. We telling y'all about it, but y'all not hearing it.
You
So we
get-
got to rap about it.
You get Grandmaster Flash,
It's
white
just
lines.
Crazy to see like we started with, and these are the breaks. Like that's
Brakes
what
on
it
the
started.
Bus, brakes on the
And
car,
now-
brakes to make you a superstar.
And
brakes
now we
to
got
win and
the
brakes to lose.
baby.
Yeah.
These are
That's
the brakes that rock your shoes. Now these are
talking about
brakes.
breaks
Break it up,
to
break it
Like
talking
what was
about
the song
yeah.
that had referenced on crack? And I was like,
Fuck, I forgot.
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Fuck, I forgot.
It's like in the jungle, the jungle.
Keep going. I'm just
We had like a Tribe Called Quest back then to now, like
Yeah.
Bro,
brakes
Grandmaster
to throw me.
motherfucking Flash. Bro,
LL Cool J's, I'm bad. It was
they
like,
were talking about drugs. Like
Now
it's
we're
a
talking
very
about
upbeat song.
wet
He's
ass
like bang
pussy.
bang, eat it, ring and dang. Yeah, he's talking about like doing like cocaine and how like a businessman gets caught with 100 kilos, and a black dude gets caught in the street with a little bag, and he gets
Yeah.
25 to life, and that dude gets off with 6 months probation and stuff like that.
yeah.
He was just talking about like how it was like those like the conditions of the war on drugs was like
Those the slums, yeah.
fucked. And we
And even
fucked.
still, I felt like it was so coded. So like as a kid, I think back then rappers
coded their messages more.
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
were conscious that if a kid hears it, because it's grown folks' business, like when you growing up, it's like it's grown folks' business. Like you can hear a conversation and not know what the root of that conversation
Yeah,
is.
you had to.
So you had to understand it.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, if the kid get the message, they know exactly what's
Yeah.
going
It's
on.
so blunt.
I
It's
took the
so
Coke,
blunt.
I cut the Coke up, I boiled the Coke on the
He's
stove.
like-
You add baking soda, water, sprinkle. I'm like, God, they just couldn't even gotta make
Like,
drugs.
Thank you.
I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So it's like throat baby. Like it is. There's no
Imagination.
imagination to it.
It breaks that that boundary from adult and kids, like 'cause
Yeah.
they have easy access to it, and so they understand that. Like I got like 13-year-old nephews that are like what and stuff that I be hearing them saying like and the stuff they know.
Yeah.
They're becoming grown before their time,
Yeah.
and yeah, but like when I was a kid, like and I was listening to music, rap music and stuff like that, I listened to it. But I didn't understand what the shit meant till I was like
You got
16,
older, yeah.
17,
Yeah.
18, because it's like, oh, this is what he was saying.
That's
Oh,
fire.
but like even I go back to Rick James. I remember I used to sing "Do You Love Me, Mary Jane." My dumb
I
ass was
never
thinking
knew it was
Spider-Man, Mary Jane. I'm
knew
thinking,
it was about
man,
weed, bro.
Mary's
I remember this lady was like, "Does he know what he's singing about?"
Yeah,
and my
never
dad was like,
Not at
like-
all.
But that's the beauty in the music.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when I listen to new artists, that's what I miss. It's like, okay, we get that you can put a song together
Make me
because the
think.
formula's there, but can you do something that's thought provoking, or can you do something that's like that was clever?
Yeah.
"Yeah, make me think,
Like,
make me
yeah.
have to tear it
Because that's where the
apart."
real skills and the
Yeah.
creativity separates you from other
So,
artists.
so Brandon, what do you think Cardi sang in Vamp Anthem?
Oh my god, bro, it just bop. It just sounds good. Like
No, I like it too, but
yeah.
maybe there's a deeper message we're not thinking about.
So it is actually a deeper. It is like from my interpretation of it, it's like he's become a vampire. He's like
Living
dead.
in the night.
He's
Oh,
dead,
dead, okay.
but he's alive at the same time. And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like you just come alive at the night time, you know.
Yeah.
It's a lot that you can infer about it. It's all about what
Right.
you want to take away from the music.
Yeah.
But Throat
That's true,
Baby
too.
is all you taking away is just Throat Baby.
Yeah, I think that's why you like Cudi, because Cudi, I feel like, does a good
Yeah,
job
like
of,
you take a lot of different meanings from like
Yeah.
different parts of the song. And you're like, oh, you know, and they have a lot of feelings. So even though I always said Cardi don't be saying shit sometimes,
yeah.
but it's just the way he says it. It's the way you say
Mhm.
things or the way you do it. You could like feel it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't have to say a lot of words. Like he doesn't. I'd be like, yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Like so sometimes you like words aren't enough to how you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
feel like a
why
lot of
everybody loves
times-
the hums.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it depends on like. I don't know. I feel like the criticism with I mean some stuff, but some of Kodak stuff is that he's not good lyrically, or it's not like well thought or put together. But half the people can't understand what he's saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like with Kodak, the biggest things you like people from I think people from down here can more so understand because they've heard it more. But just in general, like you have no clue what, like most people have no clue what he's saying, so he gets written off as and that's like where the mumble rap came from, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kodak is like Phil's jackfruit, whatever meals he makes. Like it doesn't look the greatest, but it's
Oh,
it's
yeah,
probably
yeah.
fire.
But
Not-
a lot of
Because Kodak's
times,
presentation's just not the greatest.
Yeah.
But if you actually listen to what
Sometimes,
he's
but,
saying,
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's like area specific things that he's talking about.
Yeah,
like
that
he's
too.
talking about the ugly corner and stuff.
I was
like
just
that,
got
you
to
know what I'm saying?
paint that picture because, like, at first, when I heard no
but
flocking
he's-
back up north, I
Uh-huh.
was like, I don't really fuck with it.
yeah.
And I got down here and being around y'all, and I get it. I'm like, this shit hard actually. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
He,
And then I take it back to the Midwest, and they like, you fuck with Kodak? I'm like, Kodak kind of fires. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
because I'm down there and I can appreciate it, and I get it.
Yeah.
But like,
it's just the lifestyle,
Yeah.
like down here in Florida, like you
It's
know
different.
what I'm saying. It's a lot different, and the stuff that goes on.
But even the stuff that he raps about and he says, like a lot of most like he's been talking about, not talking about, but there's a couple albums where he's like, all right, I'm trying to change and be better, so I don't keep getting in trouble and going to jail.
Yeah.
But people are saying I'm switching up on them when really,
Yeah.
hey, this is how you're supposed to progress in
when you
life.
know,
Hey,
when
when
you
I-
know I'm on probation.
I
Right,
saw-
like so he's saying stuff like that, and that's like, all right, that's real. That's like that's actually thought out. That's showing growth. That's showing maturity.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah,
you don't
that's
understand
true.
what he's saying, or if you don't like, if you can't get through how like because he uses words that don't mean the same thing everywhere, and if you don't understand like how he talks in his rhythm, like however he says,
Yeah.
then
the
you're not
Florida
gonna
dialect.
get it. Yeah.
I saw a quote. It was talking about growth, and it was like attributing it to like being a snake. Like, do you ever see a snake wearing the same skin? To
No,
grow, it has to
sheds
shed
it.
its skin
Yeah.
repeatedly. So that's like kind of like, you have to shed your skin. Like, are you gonna just stay in that one spot forever? If you shed your skin, then you can go to the next area. So I feel like that's what he's doing. And whenever you have like growth like that, like sometimes you're gonna leave people behind. Sometimes you're gonna do.
Yeah, it's
your
just
thing.
sucked though, cause like when you're an artist like that and you buzzing, the worst thing you can do for your career is get off, like go to prison,
Yeah.
and that takes your momentum away.
Yeah.
Cause we saw it happen to Tip, like happen to a lot of rappers where
Yeah.
you lose that buzz, and so I think the same will happen to
Gucci.
Kodak.
It happened to Gucci.
It happened to Gucci. Well, a little bit. So his music took a hit from what he would because high and drunk fucked up Gucci.
Yeah.
We're just speaking to a whole. So like when you prepare yourself for the good, I think his brand actually increased because niggas saw where you came from, and he's up. So and his reputation kept him there, right? So he's
Mhm.
always
Yeah.
had like Gucci gonna work. He gonna work, outwork you. He gonna put out a lot of stuff, and he rocks with everybody. So he like that'll keep you. So for Kodak, it's like, well, what does your brand say about you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I think like
I like
his
that.
music has been taking a little bit of a hit, and I don't think Gucci's music has been as good.
He been
since
locked
before he
up
went to
too.
prison either.
So
Yeah.
Bill been locked up.
Unless Kodak come out looking like Gucci, then I think
Yeah,
he'll be
that,
on
that definitely
Nah.
helped Gucci because everyone was like, "Damn, I'm interested to see like what this new Gucci
new
has in
Gucci
store."
talking about. Yeah,
Nigga had the nice smile now. The nigga got abs and shit
Abs.
after having a fucking 9-month-old baby in his stomach.
the
before.
Bart looking like swolled up Bart.
Yeah. But is there any new music y'all have been listening to? Not much has came out really.
Hold on, I'm gonna touch on something before we go to new music.
Okay.
I don't know if you seen that. Ebro was saying like a lot of y'all got good lyrics, but y'all ain't got good engineers. That's why y'all ain't popping.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I mean,
But I don't even think it's that though.
yeah, and I agree to a sense because like you need a
Producer.
good engineer and producer to help master your sound. So like with Freddie Gibbs, right? Like Freddie always had great lyrics, and he's had great producers. So like his projects in the past have been great, but his best projects have been with Madlib and Alchemist because they were able to pick beats that make him sound the best.
Yes.
So it ain't like the nigga never could rap. So now people like, damn, Freddie Cole. Like nigga, Freddie been rapping like this, but now you put him on with a producer that's like
Yeah.
can gel his word or his sound so well with the beat. It's like, all right, you cannot say that's not good.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case at all because you have all these new people coming out who sound exactly the same, but the music is popping to all these young kids and adults because the beats and the sound is so good. Like nobody gives a fuck about what they're saying.
Lyrics.
It's the sound. Like so, I think Ebro's completely wrong. Like a
You
lot
think
of
there's
these.
you think there's more and better producers, I guess, and engineers than there are rappers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like these niggas are trash, but the engineers and producers are good, like he just said.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's why everyone. So I think Ebro's completely wrong on
What do
that.
you mean? He said you need.
No, he's saying
producers
you
and
need,
engineers.
but he's
He's
also
you can
saying
have
like
lyrics
you
like
can
for
rap.
days.
Like he's not even
Right.
talking about the niggas that can't rap because it's a
Yeah.
bunch of niggas that can't rap,
Yeah.
and the only thing that hold them are great producers.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what
then
he's
I
saying.
misunderstood.
He's saying, yeah,
Okay, I
he's
completely
saying, like-
misunderstood
He
what
said
you
you
said.
guys got the lyrics, you can rap for days, but you guys ain't got no producers, no engineers, and so that's why you ain't popping.
You gotta
Wow.
find a producer that can gel your sound with his beats and just
Yeah.
make it euphoric. But I also think the best part of the pandemic is like even the music that would be popping in the clubs is not getting that attention because ain't no
Mhm.
clubs to you.
Yeah.
So I feel like in times like these, or you stuck in a house, the best music for you is the shit that touches like that soul touching music. So like I usually try to listen to like a lot of bullshit music too. Like I like my Chief Keefs.
Yeah.
I like, you know what I'm saying, my Lil B the Bass God type stuff. So I'm never one to be like, don't listen to bullshit like Lil Jon.
But you don't listen to it all the time.
Yeah, but
Because-
even more so now in the pandemic, when I
Same.
am riding around like in my car, it's all like thought provoking stuff. So I've been listening to a lot of more '90s stuff,
Mhm.
and just like deeper artists that
Yeah.
have just meanings in their music.
Yeah,
Just because I haven't been able to party.
I
Yeah.
agree. I feel like Cardi's album wouldn't get so much shame if the clubs are open. They be
Yeah.
playing that shit, and those beats.
It'd be
are fire.
it'd be like, all right, this
Bruh,
hit in the club.
Yeah, I was in the club, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you forced to listen to it by yourself.
You were
in the
asking
car,
for them
and
to
you
play
like,
that
this
song
shit
at the
feel
wedding,
like
right?
this? Can't nobody tell you shit. Everybody been in the clubs like bumping that shit, or
Yeah.
go to the moon. Like people be up in there, go to the
Yeah.
moon.
Yeah,
Buddy, go to the-"
so-
People be high as hell, drunk as hell. They're gonna be dancing to that shit. So when it opens all up, I think Cardi's album is gonna surge. Again.
So you
He's gonna
definitely
search
have
it.
I'm interested to see like what songs from the pandemic make that boom to
Yeah.
when we get back in clubs.
I don't know if that's the only reason because I wasn't really going out when Cardi dropped his first actual album, and it slapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
But yeah.
whenever he played music, it was
Oh,
always like in the
But we
clubs.
was
and stuff, you
still
listen
at
to
like
it.
more get-togethers and
Yeah.
stuff, and that was like
Maybe,
we got
I
the
don't know.
same stuff being rotation for like pre-games because you try to make the pre-game the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, shooters is.
And I just think that one just sounds is
Magnolia,
better.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
all those songs were like Millie Rock.
They just sound better.
That was
yeah.
that was a
Yeah.
really good like
That
debut
was-
album.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
Everybody be. I mean, his Dial-It. I don't think I was a big fan of that.
It was-
There's
it
some
was
songs,
decent,
it was alright.
Yeah.
But this one, I like this one. Like not all the songs on it. I think it's too long. I think there's like a couple songs. There's only like 3 or 4. Like Punk Monk. I think I like that. And
I know I'm getting older because I'm starting to venture away from a lot of hip hop.
Well, I just
And that's how I feel like it's either I'm getting older or it just don't speak to me no more.
Because
not the
I'm exactly the same. Like it's just the hip hop now, and I don't. And I was thinking about this the other day. Like maybe now we're the old heads because I just don't really care or get the music now, unless it's like the bigger artists like Drake, Kendrick, so on and so forth. But yeah, same as you. Like, and I think I talked about this on an earlier episode. I listened to a lot of Luke's playlist, which is like Caribbean dance hall. I listen to old school music, like what my parents listened to, like old school R&B. Listen to podcasts more than I listen to anything. So, like, I actually feel like I listen to rap less than I listen to anything else, and that's
Yeah.
what I grew up on.
I think part of that is growing up too, because I used to remember riding around with my dad, and he would have like radio talk shows on, and I'm like, we could just listen to music. Yeah, we could just put on the radio, and then
Yeah.
now I'm like, I'm listening to podcasts and radio talk shows
Yeah.
more because I don't know.
Maybe because even though I'm older, like I still don't like to listen to podcasts while I drive.
Yeah.
So I still like a vibe when I drive. Like I still like music when I drive. It's just that like I'll turn on the radio and I'm just like, bro, this shit's trash.
Oh, the radio is
Oh,
definitely
the
trash.
radio.
Yeah.
And I never
See, radio's
but-
always been trash
but
too.
it's
I feel like.
but it's so hard now because there's so much music and there's so many platforms for music to find like the underground artists that do speak stuff to me. So like what I do now is I try to watch like a lot of the younger reaction channels.
Yeah.
So I'll like watch young kids react to like our generation's music and see how they react and see what they say
Yeah,
about
I'm
it.
sure
And
that'd
then
be entertaining.
and they say the same stuff. So it's like this one dude I watched, he'd be like, damn, like it's crazy because like they had their own style, like they really was talking about some stuff where we'd be like, our generation, we just be saying some shit.
So you actually just reminded me of the thing I said I forgot earlier, which I wanted to bring up on this podcast. And I told y'all about this a long time ago. I don't know if everyone saw the message I sent initially, but a playlist that I've been listening to that's super dope because one of our favorite artists here is Kanye. And
oh yeah,
Brandon brought up
you said
Kanye.
it to me. Yeah.
And so the playlist is all the songs that Kanye had sampled. And I actually just started listening to it again recently. And I think the person added a few songs that aren't really Kanye samples, but it's like 93 songs. But majority of it, like 90% of the playlist is songs. And you don't realize how much Kanye has actually sampled. Like we all know that Kanye is like the sample king. But when you actually listen to this playlist, you're like, damn, that was actually a song that was sampled. Like that wasn't just some shit that he had some chick come into the booth for.
Yeah.
And it's fucking crazy. And like that's how I feel. I'm
Send
like,
me
damn.
that playlist,
Because
Ben.
he plays.
It's super loud.
He plays with the vocals and
Yeah.
the pitch and
Yeah.
the speed.
And a new Twitter page that I followed, it's all like samples, and that's like my guilty well, it's not a guilty pleasure, but it's one of the things I enjoy watching on Twitter is like seeing songs that were sampled, not Kanye, just like in general. It's like, damn, I didn't know that. Like,
oh,
that's
when they
how
play like all the old songs.
Yeah.
And, man,
Your
straight.
favorite website should be a who sampled. It goes, you can search a song and it shows you who sampled what.
Oh, I know that.
So
Yeah.
like one of my favorite Mac Miller's songs is Jet Fuel, and they took like the reggae song in the beginning is like they took like Super Cat
Yeah.
and like just slowed it down, and it sounds completely different, but it's so fire how they did it, and I love that first part of the song just because of
Yeah.
that sample. So like, I love when artists get sampled, and you can make it sound completely different, but they get their credit, and it makes you go back to listen to the original
But
song.
real quick, I want to tell everyone so it's just called Kanye Samples, and it's by Matt Earhart. That's the name of the playlist. So if y'all want to listen to that,
So not to say that any new music, but it'll be new to your ears. Just go on YouTube and look up any song slowed. Just slowed down. Like it is fire. Frank Ocean songs slowed.
So chopped and
Fire.
screwed.
Kid Cudi songs.
Not chopped and screwed, but just
I'm
low.
just teasing.
Chopped
They're like
and
very
screwed.
slow.
You
chopped and
actually,
I used to hate chopped
I used to
and screwed.
love
I,
chopped and
I like
screwed. I used
chopped
to
and
love
screwed.
chopped and
hated
screwed.
them. Oh my
See, I
gosh,
hate
it would
how-
be so annoying to me though.
And I'm
I-
sure that's how
yeah.
people that are outside of South Florida when they hear the sped up versions.
That's
'cause,
how
Oh,
I hate
okay,
sped up.
yeah.
I hate sped up versions.
yeah,
So-
when
Yes,
we were
bro,
in
I
high
hated it.
school, when I was in high school, they
Wait.
just sped everything up, and it sounded like Alvin and the Chipmunks, but that shit would be so live, like it makes the song so much better.
I hated that when I came down.
Yo, that
I was
is-
like, "What is
Bro,
this?"
that is
bro?
hilarious to me because like I could never fathom someone not liking that. But I'm like, oh, I hate chopped and screwed.
No, but that actually reminds me something I like came across when I first moved back down here, and I forget what it's called, but it's like high quality versions of stuff, and it just like it's amazing listening to it. I'm gonna see if I could find it. Y'all talk. I'll see if I could find it.
Yeah. So just go on YouTube, any song slowed, and it changes everything for you. The whole vibe and feel of the song. It just said like Ghost slowed by Kid Cudi, one of my favorite songs.
Or
And you slowed. What's the song that you slowed? I was trying to use for the video.
Oh,
Not provider.
Wise Man.
Wise man. Yeah.
Wise Man.
Wise
Wise
Man
Man slowed down.
might cry.
Is fire. Like, it's just like a vibe. You just sit there and you just like, damn, all these feelings.
or
It's awesome.
what I suggest you could do, if it's legal in your state, get you some devil's lettuce, have a little salad.
Is that what they use at McDonald's?
Yeah. Have a little salad and
With the
listen to it on a
McGangbangs.
regular speed, and it might sound the exact same thing.
Nah.
It sounded the exact
Exact same way. I used to think the
Nah.
same about Gucci. I'm like, bro, I can't understand this. So I ate the devil's lettuce, and I was like, I get it now. I get it.
Nah, bro. Well, if it's legal in your state, you can do what he said. But I'm just saying, just go slow it down. You can even, if you have like any editing programs or anything like that, like to edit videos or anything, you can slow the music.
You can go
down.
on iMovie.
Yeah,
and
not like
do it.
that.
Yeah, literally
I'll-
going on iMovie, like you just YouTube convert, drop it in there, slow it down just a little bit. You don't have to slow it down a lot, just a little bit, like
It's like
90% of
yeah.
its actual speed, and it changes the pitch, and it's just a bop.
It's about.
It's a bop. It's not too different, but it's like, all right, this is I can get used to this.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Oh, what I heard there was who is the most calming music? Who makes that? His name's like Louis Capaldi or something like that.
I have no idea.
He was rated or ranked the I don't know. The most calming I listened and I was like, "Oh, it's actually very decent."
Meadows in Japan by Serena Izioma. That song's pretty,
Yeah.
it's a bop. It's pretty good.
See, music that calms me is reggae. I can listen to Bob Marley. Like, I got Bob Marley live CD. That's my go-to for like any type of bad or just irregular mood, and it just
Yeah.
brings me back down.
Yeah,
You wanna listen to
reggae,
some-
R&B,
some
really.
deep
ain't it?
stuff too.
Yeah.
Earl Sweatshirt has an album out. It's it came out 2020, but it's Earl's always spitting. And he's always got people on his albums that are straight spitting. So I definitely listen to Earl. Earl's dope.
Yeah, Louis
Yeah.
Capaldi, check them out.
I
You
don't
guys.
care.
It's a group or it's an individual?
As a guy,
Oh, okay.
a white guy. I feel like he's British or something, but I'm not sure.
And he makes the most calming music. So
Yeah,
if
but
you
he
have
can sing and
anxiety,
stuff.
does it make you feel calm?
I don't know, but it was like I forgot what it might have been Billboard or something that rated him the most calming music. But some of the stuff was calming, some of it's not. But it's just is pretty decent.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's. Oh, you got something else?
Yeah, so I was on Twitter the other day, and I was asking people to send me songs and stuff like that. And
I thought you were asking for like new music, so I sent Division. And if
Yeah.
I knew you were just asking about music in general, I would have
Yeah.
sent you
I
some
just said
better
some
shit.
jams.
yeah, I had
Yeah.
people sending me SoundCloud and all kind of. I was listening. I
Yeah.
listened to all of it too. But this one
I felt
girl,
bad. I was like, damn, I sent Brandon some trash. If I knew, if I knew he
Yeah.
just wanted music in general, I
Yeah,
thought you
yeah.
wanted
That's
music.
why I ask questions like, what
Yeah.
kind of mood you looking for, male or female? Like, I need to know. You just can't say send me some music.
Send me some music that you like. Like not just send
I
me
saw
some
you sent
bullshit.
Teo, which
Yeah, the thing is, I like so much stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm like when a person asks, like usually
Bro,
like
Phil,
send me
but
some new
it's me,
music.
Phil.
I know, bro.
It's me,
So I
Phil.
sent you some stuff. I sent you some. I
Yeah.
feel like I sent you some bops.
Teo is super dope. I remember when you put me on. That nigga's fire.
He's a vibe. He's
But
a
it's
vibe.
this girl,
Shout to Deli.
Jade Nova. Yeah, she was on Spotify, and I think it's like pretty good music. I
Really?
was listening to it.
What
I was
kind
like,
of
damn.
music? What genre?
It's like she's singing, so she's like a singer. It's like about love, like it's just pretty
So,
dope.
like,
R&B
R&B?
more or just like
Like more R&B.
I think R&B is making a comeback though, because now I think
I hope so.
in the
bro.
R&B space you seeing the diversity. And
well,
like
that's what it is. It's becoming like just how hip hop was like this is hip hop, and now it's this is hip hop. I think the same thing's happening
R&B
with
is
R&B.
like,
It
this
was
is
like
R&B.
R&B was this, and now it's opening up, and people are like
and
are making it their own.
And because I was gonna say, and because you could differentiate who can sing or not. So I
Yeah.
don't think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like a.
I just hope if R&B makes a true comeback, it's not gonna be a bunch of auto tune.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
If it was
Because
just a
I'm
bunch of
liking the
auto-tune.
natural voice.
Like I want, yeah, I want. Well, I think Sanford tweaks his voice a little bit,
yeah.
but I'm trying to hear some more from him.
And it's crazy because I did a complete like 180. I used to really not care for, and this isn't to sound sexist, but I just wasn't as into women singers. Like growing up, I always liked I like Usher, and I know he's canceled now. R. Kelly, like that. I liked male singers, but now I feel like it's the complete opposite. I don't care about minus like Ty Dolla $ign.
Ty Dolla $ign's lit.
Mainly
Wait,
listen
so-
to women
I like
singers.
Ty Dolla $ign, but some of the stuff he sings about, I'm just like, all right, I don't like. It's just sex
Yeah,
all the time,
yeah.
and just
That's how I
like,
feel about Ty Dolla
and,
$ign.
and I'm like, yo, you have a great voice. Sing about
Yeah.
some other stuff too, because I'm not
Yeah.
just trying to hear
Yeah.
like
Oh, see, I
you
don't mind.
dogging girls all the time. Like I don't know.
I love
I
Georgie
like
Smith.
Yeah.
Like I love Georgia Smith.
Yeah,
like,
Georgia
I love her
Smith.
voice.
She's beautiful.
She's fine,
as
yeah.
well as Snow Allegra. I love her
Snow,
voice, and she's
yeah.
beautiful. So
Yeah, Janae's always a good
yeah,
one.
Janae, and she's beautiful.
She got to be beautiful,
And
unless
she's beautiful.
with the exception of Adele.
Yeah, but now that she lost some weight, she looked good. I mean, she was beautiful
SZA.
regardless, but SZA, she's also
Good
beautiful.
days on my mind.
But ever since people said SZA looks like the girl from Big Mouth, I just can't look at her.
You cannot see
She
it.
looks like the hormone monster.
What? SZA sexy as
She
hell.
is.
Yeah,
She is.
SZA
Hey,
fine.
SZA, if you ever watch this, you probably won't, but I want you.
SZA's
to want me.
slugging too.
Yeah. All right, but let's switch over to streaming. So anything y'all streaming this week?
No,
Anything
I'm about to watch what you're about to talk
so
about.
Euphoria, they dropped their episode on Friday, the second special episode. It was really, really good. I don't want to spoil it at all for anyone that hasn't watched it or for AJ. Well, I'm sure y'all listening have watched it at this point, but I'm not going to spoil it for AJ. But I will say, the two things I will say is this episode is from Jules's point of view. Last episode was Rue. And I'll say that I think I like this episode more than I like
Than
the
the
last episode. Tatiana hasn't watched it yet. I told y'all she cried last episode. I don't know if she'll cry for this one.
You watched it without her?
Yeah, and she was mad, but I told
That's
her I had to
crazy.
watch it for the podcast.
No
okay.
loyalty.
But because stuff in the first episode hit closer to home, I guess, than this one does. But it's super dope. Visuals are dope as always. Music dope as always. And the acting fire as always. Like Jules kills it.
I haven't streamed anything new, but I watched Crack, like you recommended.
Yeah.
And it was dope.
And you liked it. Yeah.
So if y'all don't know about the 80s crack era, that's a good base to start at.
Yeah. And you said you didn't, and I brought this up last episode, like it was not super informative, but it was just well put together. And I think that's what you said.
Yeah, I mean it gave you enough information to where you could find the root of the problem.
Yeah.
Put it that way. So it doesn't break down everything, but it's just like, okay, certain agents were in cahoots with other governments. So put that big picture in perspective. So that was cool. But other than that, I just been watching sports when I have time.
Mm-hmm.
And Brandon's been watching basketball anime.
I've been watching anime straight up. So everybody knows anime community, Attack on Titan. Awesome.
Is that the one that has the people running all weird?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a perfect impression.
And it's like,
I kind of want to watch just so I can see those people running.
yo, it is hilarious. Like the Titans. So the whole precipice of it is like the world has gone to shit. Humanity's living inside of these walls, and there's like these giant people, titans that are like.
And so I always thought Attack on Titan was like robots, because anytime you hear like Titans and like video games with Titans, it's always like the giant robots and stuff. So that's
Yeah.
why I thought it was that.
So yeah, and then so the titans are just trying to eat people, and it's not funny at all. Actually, it's like it's just them running is the funny part, but other than that, it's so much death, so much gore. It's actually really crazy, really cool, very emotional. That's why the anime community is like going crazy over these last episodes, because it's gotten hella good, and they're like, "Oh, it's the best anime." Maybe
Yeah.
it's just really good. Like the character development and all that has been like OD. It's been amazing. Another one anime that I've been watching is Kuroko Basketball. It's a basketball anime on Netflix, and it's actually pretty freaking fire, bro. It's like really good.
Netflix has some good original anime. Like, have you seen
Mm.
Blood of Zeus?
Yes, I've seen
Blood
parts
of-
of it, not a lot of it. I've
Blood
seen,
of
like,
Zeus was
2
pretty
episodes.
decent too.
Actually, I think I've seen it all. Actually, I may be mistaken. And then he gets shot with he's fighting. Yeah, I've seen it. I know what you're talking about. But they actually did what's it called? 7 Deadly Sins.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's pretty good. But like I said, if y'all basketball fans, go out. If y'all just want to watch some basketball anime, like I thought I would never like an anime that didn't have like any fighting but this basketball anime is intense, like really intense.
Yeah.
And so it's like really good. So I go watch it.
I'll check it out. Yeah.
Another anime, Jujutsu Kaisen. A new episode just dropped. It's pretty dope. I'm an anime guy. Fire Force is also another good anime. You gotta watch it. You literally have to watch it. I'm not gonna say anything else.
There's
If you don't, I'll punch you in the eye.
oh my, I was gonna say there's a black owned anime studio in Japan that I was reading an article about. That's actually pretty big.
Oh, so Phil definitely gonna start watching.
No,
it.
I was like maybe
They
I'll
animated
maybe
the Weeknd's music video. The
Really?
one that's Snow Child.
yeah. So I wanted to do the research just to see what their studio puts out, and I like to support black companies. So I was like maybe I'll give it a shot just because it's black owned.
Yeah,
studio.
there's not like
Probably not.
There
a
can
lot
be
of-
a black Hitler, and Phil gonna be like, I'm gonna support him. 'cause
Nah,
he's
that's not
black."
true.
Like, hold on.
It's
Nah,
pro-black.
if it's pro black and they doing good stuff, then yes.
He's the first Black Hitler.
I'm not gonna support anybody that's black that's a detriment to the community. Like
I'm fucking
that. I
with
don't
you,
do
bro.
that, but I would definitely be more intrigued to watch it, knowing that it's from a black owned studio,
Yeah.
and that may not be the right thing to say, but oh well.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. You want to see more black people in animes because there's not like a great representation. I feel like they use their own community, so there's not really a lot of black
Yeah.
folks over
Yeah.
there. So like,
Yeah,
can't really like blame them for that. But like,
I'm not saying you
there's
put.
animes that no, I'm not saying
Oh,
that
yeah.
you are, but I'm saying you just can't blame them for that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of animes where you do see a black dude and you're like, oh, this is refreshing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, there was like in Naruto, you had like the Raikage. He was definitely had a lot of melanin in his skin. He's black to me, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, and I wasn't also just saying they have to be like black anime characters. I just think it'd be cool to watch a black guy,
Nah, I
probably
agree.
from like the States, that lives in Japan, write about these Japanese stories from his perspective. Because like on YouTube, I watch the Black Experience in Japan, because there's like a lot of black folks that travel to Japan to
Yeah.
work, and they just talk about culturally what it's like being a black person in Japan. And they always have like these great stories, or even not so great stories, but like how they talk about racism. It's more so from like a cultural perspective. So it's like they're not fucking with you because you're not because you black, just because you're not Japanese or you don't speak the language. So it's interesting, especially to watch like a black dude own a studio over there and be able to compete in that market.
But it's not like you said, it's not just because you're black. A lot of countries don't favor us. Like they don't like us. A lot of people. I was talking to this Russian lady, and she
You mean the
was
state
like,
from people from United States?
yeah, she was like, you know what we think of you guys? And I was like, what? She's like, you ever seen the movie Dumb and Dumber? I was like, she's like, for a long time, that's what we thought of America. And I was like, all right, you're not wrong.
Oh, just America. Okay, I thought you were talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
black
No,
people.
but no. he's
Oh
talking
no,
about
not black,
Americans.
just Americans.
Zach's like, she.
I'm just talking about like you being black, because
Yeah.
he said it's not like it's more of you not being Japanese.
Yeah.
So it's because like if you're American, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of countries, like they don't favor us, they don't like us because that's how they view us.
Yeah.
As smug pigmen.
Yeah.
So
And I've had international friends that told me like, oh, like I thought black people were this way, and so they'll meet me. We become friendly, like, oh, you broke like the stereotype. And I'm like, well, fuck y'all thought about us.
Yeah, wait. So what did they think?
They just thought like we were gangsters, like all the negative shit that you see
Yeah.
on TV that they put in movies, like oh
Yeah, because that's all they get over there. They get
They demonize.
So they
us.
come over here and
I'm on
then
demon
like
time.
they end up like it was weird. It's funny because like at SIU it'd be like black or white, and then you have like these off international people that hang with the black people, and you be like, and then they tell you their experience of what they think about black people until they actually come over, and they're like, oh man, you guys are like the few people that embrace me, that will talk to me, blah blah blah, and it's like yeah. So it's always interesting watching a person break their perception of something.
Yeah. Yeah, there's this old dude. He was in Vietnam. I remember he was talking to me. He don't know why people like to tell me their life stories, but I'm intrigued. I'll listen.
I'll sit too.
And so he like caught me up, and then he just like, I guess I was being nice to him, and he was like, I guess I reminded him of somebody, and he was like talking about he was a Jewish dude, and he was talking about how when he like first got over here and stuff like that, like they weren't accepted by the whites and stuff like that, so they're always beat up, and he was like talking about how like in his own unit they would like beat him up and stuff like that, and because he was a Jew. And he's like, yeah, he was like crying too. He's like, yeah, this black dude like protected me, and he was my best friend. And he was like crying. I'm like, bro, it's okay, it's all right.
He looked like you. Nah.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah, I was like, you know, what I'm saying like the black community, like to segue into is like we're very like accepting.
I think we welcome it for sure
Yeah.
because we've been oppressed. So
Yeah.
it's like, bro, we
Which
know what it's like.
which is why it bothers me that the black community is
I think-
so
and I-
homophobic
okay. Yeah. Okay.
because
Well, what I was gonna say, I think
That's a tricky one.
That's
no,
very
no,
tricky.
it's
Because
not.
listen,
We
we
don't like collard greens, so you can't say nothing,
bro, we
Bro,
homophobic to an extent.
no.
I feel like we homophobic in the sense of we don't,
I don't
want that
think-
shit
But
projected
we're
on.
homophobic, but
I don't-
accepting as well.
Exactly.
I don't
It's-
think it's any more than
we don't
anyone
give a
else
shit about
than
it.
any
Yeah.
other. I also don't think it's any more than any other like community of people,
I mean,
right?
yeah, I guess because I'm more so in the black community, I
You
realize
experience
it
it
more.
more,
But
yeah.
I definitely feel like, just from my experience,
That's tricky because I see what you're saying,
yeah.
but then it's like y'all call me homophobic, right?
hmm
And I got
We
cousins.
jokingly say that. I don't think you actually.
I
hate
got
gay
I
people,
know
yeah.
well, I know a couple people that actually believe
Yeah.
that in their hearts.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I probably come off as homophobic, but at the same time, it's like I've been like the voice of reason or like a security person for a lot of my gay cousins.
Yeah.
So they'll come to me when they want to come out and they can't come out. So I'm like, I get we are homophobic to an extent because I'm like, yo, I don't care if you gays don't bring that shit my way. And that's like, I feel like that's the energy.
Explain what you mean by don't bring
Yeah,
that my way, because it could be like
That
he's
could-
like
yeah.
saying don't disrespect him.
Like, don't disrespect me and like hit on me because I'm not gay.
okay.
Like, I
There
don't
you go.
care that you're gay. You being
So
gay,
he's
I'm not
saying,
gonna
like,
treat you differently.
If you
Just
hit,
don't
if you
hit
hit
on
on him, he's gonna take it as a compliment. But if you keep going, like catcalling him and stuff like that,
Yeah,
and he's like,
don't
all right, dude, I
don't
already told you
disrespect me.
stop.
Like,
you
I'm
know?
gonna set
Okay,
my
that's what
I'm
he
gonna set
means.
my line. Like, bro, I'm not gay. We cool.
But
Just
why is a straight girl hitting on you, not disrespecting you?
because I'm into women.
But you have a girlfriend.
Well, you didn't say that right now. She's hitting on me.
Yeah.
Currently, would a straight girl hitting on you be disrespecting you?
If she
See,
hitting on
why do you have to
got a
think
girl.
about that?
Would she be disrespectful?
Why
I
do
don't
you
know
have
if
to
she
think
did-
about that?
Because did she not
No.
have a girlfriend?
No, if she
Well,
no,
it's-
if she hits on him and he's like, I got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And she keeps pressing.
If she
That's
pressing me,
disrespectful.
that's disrespect. But if she hit on me,
But if
bro,
a gay nigga hits on you and it's not pressing you, you
He
find
said
that
he'll take it as a compliment.
No, he said he'll
Nah.
take it as a compliment, and then if
Okay.
they keep pressing,
just
Okay.
keep pressing.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm instigating, bro.
I've had.
I know. I'm just
Hey,
trying
G, I've
to.
had gay dudes hit on me before, and I'm just like, hey, I appreciate it. It's still awkward because
You
I'm
went
not
to the gay
attracted
pride
to
parade.
men.
Yeah.
So it's like it's always one of those things where it's like because I'm not attracted to men, no matter if you compliment me or not, it's weird
Yeah.
because I would never see you sexy
Yeah,
attractive.
yeah,
So
But-
of course, if a woman does it, like
To combat that, I'm gonna combat that real quick. Older black like men and stuff like, oh, your kid's handsome. He's handsome. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They're not hitting on you. They're just giving you a compliment, telling
Yeah.
you you're a good looking dude.
oh for sure.
That's different from hitting on somebody. So I'll take a compliment. And like if somebody hits on me, a male hits on me, I'm like, all right, bro, I appreciate you, but I'm not that way. Like we can be cool, we can be friends
Bro,
and all that. But like if you like touch my butt or something, like you know, now you disrespect me. You broke my space. Like you know what I'm
Like-
saying? Like stuff like that. And people are like, oh, it's a hate. No, it's not. You disrespect me. If a girl touch my butt, I'm gonna be like, hey, you touched me.
Yeah.
Like don't
Yeah.
touch me. Like I didn't tell you to touch me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's all about respect and boundaries.
Yeah.
At that point, but people want to associate that with something else. But no,
Yeah.
it's just boundaries.
And I've had a gay guy tell me like, "You're the finest piece of ass in here." So like,
was
it's
about
not
to
like
say,
I
man.
haven't been hit on.
Yeah.
Like I've had a gay dude tell me in my face, like, "I know you're on their team,
Yeah.
but you the finest piece of ass in here." And I'm just like, "Whoa, like, okay, man, like that was a little pushing it. That's
Yeah.
kind of far. I appreciate the compliment, but
Yeah, it is what it is.
yeah."
you
So
know
and
what
then
I'm saying?
I've had dudes. 'Cause
And, and guys in general hit on the person they're attracted to differently than girls do.
Yes,
Yeah, guys
way
are
more
aggressive.
aggressive.
So-
way more aggression.
Especially South Florida niggas.
Yeah. So like I've
They
had
blunt and
dudes.
don't care.
Yeah.
Like y'all know, I went to the gay pride parade and I had dudes try to dance with me. So like the stuff that I do shit to women at the club, and I'm like, bro, I had to stop that because I felt what it feels like to have a dude come up and grab your waist and try to juke. And I'm like, yo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro,
but-
they wanted
bro,
you to
and
move
the
your
thing
hips.
is, like, Phil handled 3 meets before too. So
And I'm like, bro. Yo, you got
so for him to be like that,
So it's like, so
Hey,
I,
Phil
I
up in the
get-
club now. Man, may I have this dance?
Yeah, I mean, excuse me. Like when I was single, I definitely became more respectful
They was
after that
trying to have
encounter.
Phil out there throwing it bike.
No, sir.
You
Alright.
finest piece of ass in
They're
here.
respectful though. So like, it's just we have a history of like being called homophobic, like our
Mhm.
community's being super homophobic. But I think in reality,
That's
I
the
think the
narrative they
black
push.
community has been one of the more accepting homophobic communities out
Yeah.
there.
So I feel like I have a lot of
Wait, what?
What?
Out there, the more accepting.
You said the more accepting homophobic communities
No, I think a bit more accepting of the homophobic community.
of the homosexual
yeah,
community.
the homosexual.
Oh,
oh,
okay.
that's what he meant.
homosexual community.
I was
We've
like,
been more
wait.
accepting to the LGBTQ.
Yo, good thing you caught that because we would be like, yeah, for sure. And I definitely understand. Like, knew.
Yeah.
I
Y'all
just
know I be
replaced in
tripping up
mind
over my
homosexual.
words sometimes, but y'all know what I meant. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I mean, I have family members that are homosexual or bisexual, and like we love them to death. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But you ain't free to get no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everybody in the family gonna get some shit. Like
Just because you gay don't mean you can't get this
Yeah,
30 straight.
yeah,
I'm still about to
yeah,
rap. Talk about your
I'ma
little
fire your ass
yeah.
up. Like,
I'm still
but
give you
that's
30.
anybody in our
Yeah.
family. Like that's that's a sign of endearment.
Yeah.
If you can crack on a motherfucker in your family, like
That's how I fuck with you.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
love you. I love you to death.
Yeah.
So, and like I get on Phil all the time about everything. And that's because I love Phil.
Maybe it's because there's so much trauma in our community that
Yeah.
we think that putting each other down is a sign of love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
All
But then,
right.
you gotta look at the history of it too, like
Exactly.
what they used to do to the slaves to try to like break their spirits and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So that's why they kind of don't want that as well. I've heard like some of
I love the black community.
elder-
man. The more we talk about it, the more
Yeah,
I love my
we all
folks.
love
Yeah.
it. This conversation can go on and on though, and I
Yeah.
know we're trying to shorten it. So let's go on to sports.
Yeah, I wanted to bring something up that we
oh,
didn't have planned, but
No, go ahead,
Go
bring it
ahead.
up. Bring it
well,
up.
Brandon just sent this to a couple of us. But if there was a versus between, who is it? Oh, Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler, who
yeah,
would win?
Jim
If you
Carrey.
just went movie for movie, like who has the?
Movie for movie?
movie for movie and scenes, just like scenes.
I was gonna say we talking funny versus funny, Jim Carrey. But now we put movie versus movie. I think Adam got him.
Movie?
So it says
Okay.
if Adam Sandler and Jim Carrey battle in the verses using movies,
Didn't someone
show
send it? Yeah,
scenes,
you've sent this
who
before.
would you win? Who would win?
You
Yeah.
sent this like a long time ago.
Yeah, I
and this
sent
was a
it again
huge.
just
Oh,
now.
okay.
Okay, if you include show scenes, I'm gonna go Jim Carrey.
Show scenes, like so. What? Give me a show.
So like
scene.
his skits off of
SNL,
Living
SNL.
Color,
Living Color.
Yeah.
like that alone, Jim
Yeah.
Carrey would beat him. But if it was just plain movies, I think Adam got him.
I think in movies Adam Sandler got Jim Carrey, but I think like in overall funniness,
Well,
Jim Carrey's my guy.
Hands down, hands
Jim
down.
Yeah, you
Carrey's my
think so?
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bias for me, Adam Sandler, but I can understand how someone could make an argument for,
for Jim Carrey, yeah. But I don't know. I feel like and with Adam Sandler in his not defense, but yeah, I guess defense. He like all of his movies are his movies that he's writing.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey, he writes some, but he'll take on a part and make it his own rather
Yeah.
than like, damn, this whole movie, Adam
Yeah.
Sandler.
But would you say that that's harder to take somebody else's stuff and then make it funny, or you writing everything and you know the ins and out of everything because you wrote it?
I don't know. I feel like
I think it has different challenges.
it's
Yeah.
different challenge, but I think you
Right.
thinking funny stuff for every single person
Yeah.
It's
is harder
yeah.
than like, all right, I'm gonna focus on my role. I'm gonna kill my role
Yeah,
and make it as funny as possible.
Because as an actor, Your
But-
job is to take a role and make it your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you add a writing component, like if I was in acting school and they was like, "Oh, I need
Directing,
you to write
writing, and
something,"
acting.
I would just be like, "Bro, I don't have that creativity." That's a whole nother level of thinking.
Yeah, I agree. It's a whole nother, but I think it makes the funniness easier for you because you're literally writing stuff catered to yourself. Rather, Jim Carrey has to step into a role and take.
I mean,
that
I
role
think we
on.
can
Yeah.
all agree that Jim Carrey's the better actor, like without question. I
Yeah,
think
he
we
has
could
more
all say
range.
that.
Yeah.
But as far as movies go, I don't know. Like
think Adam Sandler
Adams
has
put
better
out
movies.
Heat, but he's also put out some trash. Like
Like
and I haven't seen as many Jim Carrey movies.
Yeah, I like it, but it is trash. I
Yeah.
like sometimes I like watching
Yeah.
trash.
I mean, Will Ferrell, like this has been brought up
Yeah,
several
it doesn't
times.
hit every time.
Yeah. Like a lot of his movies are trash. Like I can understand how someone says it, but I love them.
Yeah, but if you just took like his skits and
it's
stuff,
funnier.
yeah.
Jim.
Well, yeah, Adam Sandler also doesn't do skits.
But I love Jim Brad. Like he's
Yeah.
got so many quotables from like
Yeah,
from
like-
the
Wait,
when
you
he
Dumb
said
did
and
the,
Dumber.
You said he doesn't do. What do you mean he doesn't do?
He doesn't really have any like or like.
But
Pet
he came up through.
Detective.
Didn't
SNL
he? Yeah, he
and-
came up through SNL.
Did he?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
well, Jim Carrey came up through Living Color,
Yeah.
which was way funnier than SNL.
but
Right.
yeah, I got to go with Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
I may be biased, but I love both of them because I love Waterboy.
Yeah.
I love everything about Adam Sandler, but I still think Jim Carrey's like pound for pound, he's funnier.
Yeah,
He's better. I think pound for pound. I think Adam has the plethora like of movies and stuff that he can put that he has out.
Yeah. I don't know.
that's-
My heart's telling me Adam.
I think you watch an
Yeah,
Adam.
he was
Sandler,
on Saturday Night Live from 1990 to 1995.
I think you watch an Adam Sandler movie because it's like you watch Adam Sandler movie because it's a good movie. And I
Mhm.
feel like a lot of times when people watch Jim Carrey, you're watching it for Jim Carrey, not necessarily because it's a
Yeah.
good movie, but just because it's Jim Carrey.
Yeah. So
even
Adam.
if the movie's trash, he's
Wait.
gonna make you
Nah, I think.
Wait, you said
like.
you think Jim
you-
Carrey has more range than Adam Sandler?
yeah.
Zach?
I said that.
I didn't
you
say
said
that,
that?
I
but
said
I
that,
do
yeah.
think that though.
I think he has more range,
Mm.
but I
don't
also
know.
just think
I've never seen
Series.
Jim Carrey do like an uncut gems.
He has done serious roles, a lot of them.
Yeah. Like,
yeah,
which one?
before he
Yeah.
died, like that was his
Before he
his.
died.
Jim
Hey,
Carrey's
not
alive,
that-
bro.
not that. No, I'm thinking. Who am I thinking about that died recently?
Yeah.
You're thinking of Robin Williams, right?
I mean,
Yeah, I'm thinking of
everybody-
Robin Williams, bro.
Everybody
This whole
died.
time he's been thinking
No,
Robin
I
Williams is in
I haven't been thinking about Robin Williams this whole time.
Yeah, we just saved him a lot of her. He thought
Jim
Jim
Carrey
was
as
dead.
the genie.
Yes, bro.
So
But I was gonna say, I meant to say like the some of his latter movies, I felt like he was trying to take on more
Jim
serious
Carrey
roles.
snapped in Flubber.
Yeah,
I
I hate you, man. Not my fault.
I think he
Actually,
has.
Jim
I think he
has
has
a
range
lot of
within movies, but I don't think he's ever done like a completely
Eternal
serious
Sunshine,
movie.
the number 23. It was like a kind of like a creepy
I just
kind of
haven't
movie.
watched enough Jim Carrey movies that
Yeah.
are serious.
Dark Crimes is a serious role.
All right, so okay, let's do this thing.
He
we
was
did
in
Childish
Kick
Gambino.
Ass. Kick Ass number 2.
That was a funny movie,
But he was like a serious kind of guy in it.
but it's a funny.
It's a funny movie, but
Yeah.
I'm saying like he was
Okay,
his
I get it.
character
Is
was
Truman? I've never
his
seen the
character was a
Truman Show.
very
Is that
serious
serious?
dude.
Was it Man on the
No.
Moon serious?
yeah,
Truman
Man
Show's
on the
funny.
Moon.
Man on the Moon was
Yeah,
a
it was a
serious
serious. But he was playing somebody else who was a expert comedian. But the Man on the Moon, it was like a doc about how Jim lost it. He
Okay.
lost himself.
Yeah.
I think we should
Alright, maybe
make
I'll
this
just see
a.
more, yeah.
We
Yeah,
should make
Jim,
this a.
that movie. That is actually pretty dope. He lost himself.
Make it-
There was
make it
no
some
Jim
homework.
Carrey.
No, I was gonna say we should make this an Instagram poll.
Oh, poll.
Yeah.
All right, so wait. Now I want to do like we did the Donald Glover Drake thing. Who do you think's more talented, Adam or Jim Carrey?
Jim.
Jim,
Jim.
Yeah.
Jim and Andy. That was.
I think Adam is. That's crazy. I don't know.
because you include in writing.
I
I
mean,
think
yeah, I'm including acting, writing. He can do serious roles. Like I don't know. Like in now, his movies can be funny, and he can have like his movies aren't always just
the
comedies.
Truman Show.
Like they're
Yeah.
complete. Like I don't know.
He was serious.
Let's poll it.
Oh, see, I just asked that. AJ said it was because I just said was
Truman
it
Show
serious?
wasn't funny.
It was kind of serious. Like
Uh,
he's
Yeah.
like, you're just following.
I've never
his life.
seen it. Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, I don't know.
it's
Maybe
everybody just watching this man live his life,
Yeah.
and he's trying to like escape, like from
Alright.
this like dome.
Y'all ready to
Everybody's
move
watching.
on
yeah,
to
maybe
sports
like
then?
Zach said, I haven't seen too
Let's
many
do
Jim
it,
Carrey. Yeah,
dude.
let's do it.
All right, we can skip the McGregor fight. I mean, he lost. That's all that.
Very
that's,
very quickly.
That's all that needs to be said. I thought he started
I don't
out
think
strong,
it's
but
yeah. I don't think it's all that needs to be said. Like he hasn't fought in a very
Yeah,
long
yeah.
time, and that's what he said in his interview. Is
Yeah.
that like I mean, there's no you can only train so much, and there's no replacing
A real fight.
being in a real fight, and like
exactly.
you haven't fought in once in like the past 2 years, that's gonna have its toll.
Yeah, I thought he looked good round 1, but after that, it is what it is.
Got caught
Yeah,
with
I
them.
think he'll come back and be good again. Just I mean, even Poirier gave his props to him, saying like, "Hey, we're the best two in this
Yeah.
division," which I don't think. I mean, people might doubt it now because of how he lost or how quickly he lost,
Yeah.
but
I just feel like him being away from the game, the fight for so long. Because when he got knocked out, it just kind of looked like he was cocky. Like
yeah,
he thought he could avoid those punches. Like he didn't have his hands up at all. So probably just got cocky, had movement slower than what it used to be. Pause. And that's it. But we can move on to NFL predictions. Today is Sunday. We have Bills and Chiefs. Who y'all got?
I got Bills and the Packers.
Nigga,
Yeah,
I was
I had the
asking
same-
one at a time.
yeah, he's over here trying to overachieve.
So you got Bills.
I got Bills too. Like, well, I want Bills. I don't. Yeah, I'll just say I'll go with Bills.
Yeah. So I want the Chiefs, but y'all know Stephon Diggs is my favorite receiver.
Yeah.
In the league right
Devin
now. So
Singletary.
yeah, Singletary. But outside of that, I don't really like any other Bills players. So, but I fuck with the Chiefs. Well, I don't fuck with them, but I like to see them.
Is Mahomes cleared?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
playing.
clear.
He's playing.
That's gonna be a good game.
And then my Bucks versus the Packers. No one's giving the Bucks a chance. Like I said earlier, everyone's predicting the Packers to win. But
I think they have obviously they have a chance, but
yeah,
I
Devontae,
want to see the Packers. win.
Devontae's gonna eat. Our corners are ass. I've been saying it all year. Winfield, I think, is questionable. Who's our best DB at safety? But I think Devontae's gonna have a field day against. It's gonna be like Bama versus
Wait, which
Ohio
Winfield
State.
is he? The rookie Winfield?
Yeah.
He's the best
Yeah,
one.
bro. He's, in my opinion, he's our best DB.
That's lit.
Isn't this?
I wanted the Dolphins to have
Yeah,
him.
Isn't this Rodgers' first home game at Lambeau for like a division championship?
I'm not sure.
I think it is. So if that's true, I only like when it gets to I only like Green Bay because
Aaron Rodgers and the home field advantage, or what? They're playing Tampa Bay,
I hope it's not snowy.
I don't
and it's
know.
gonna be cold up there,
It's gonna be cold, yeah,
and
that's why
them boys not used to it.
it's gonna
Yeah.
be 20. It's gonna be 20, and they said it might snow.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Luckily, I'm blessed. Like, I should never complain because I'm blessed enough to see all my favorite sports teams ever win a championship. Canes, Lakers, Bucks, Chelsea, they've all won a championship. So I have no room to ever complain.
Same. Eagles won. Sox won. Seen LeBron win.
Lakers
multiple.
won.
Miami won. So I'm Gucci.
All right. Y'all have anything else sports-wise?
Now it's been quiet. I'm just interested to see what the Nets look like in like 2 months.
Yeah, we'll see.
Cause they got a lot of. I mean, you got all that talent, but you got a lot of hoes too. So
Yeah.
On defense, especially, yeah.
yeah, niggas can't stop shit.
I'm excited to see like what
Sexton.
happens after
Yeah, Sexton.
after teams get used to the rhythm of this new season and
Yeah.
and people start getting back healthy and not missing so many games, to see how the standings shake out, because right
Yeah.
now it's all jumbled, like how people thought it would go and whatever. So I want to see who's for real, who's just taking advantage of this time, and who can get better from their starting point.
I think the Sixers are real.
Yeah,
I think the Lakers, of course, they there.
yeah,
I think Clippers are real so far.
yeah. Like the super top teams or whatever.
Jazz, I don't know yet.
I'm interested to see what trades happen,
Yeah.
because I feel like the Cavs have to do something with Kevin Love, maybe Drummond. I mean, they're playing well, so I don't know. I don't think Kevin Love's been playing, but
No,
you
he's
still
been
got
out.
Blake Griffin in Detroit. who's just sitting there.
Who's like a shell of himself now.
He is, like,
can't
I
even
don't-
jump.
Yeah.
No
Oh, he
more.
can't.
He can't really jump no more, bro. He's
Yeah, I
just
don't know.
shooting threes
He might
on
just he might just be out. I feel like he
Yeah.
doesn't even. Not that he doesn't care anymore, but he's just like chilling on his way out because he's been hurt so much. He hasn't really said anything about really being on a team that everyone knows isn't gonna win.
Yeah. I also think
Um,
he's one dimensional. So
I don't think so. I think he's not one dimensional. I don't know at all. But yeah, and then seeing what happens with Beal, like the people. I think the top trade opportunity people. I mean, the Spurs been winning, so I don't know. But DeRozan's been hooping. Beal's out there. Zach LaVine has to get out of Chicago.
Yeah.
yeah.
Who else? Who else did I have? I think that's it. But I don't know what's going on with Minnesota, but they have. I feel like they should be good.
Yeah.
Like they have really good talent and a bunch of pieces, but
But Towns was
They
never
can't
been a
get
good
it.
leader. So.
They can't get it together.
Towns is buns to me.
Yeah, he's good, but I don't know if his head's there anymore, especially
Yeah.
after his mom and all that.
Yeah.
And all the passings, yeah.
All right. Y'all good?
I think so.
All right. Well, it's been another episode of Save It for the Pod. Appreciate y'all tuning in. As always, share us, download our episodes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Subscribe. That nigga
Even
thought it was
dog.
a real dog. Subscribe to us on YouTube, all that good shit. Get us out there. We trying to get these numbers up. But y'all have a good week.
And as
Hit the drop,
always,
Phil.